Hello and welcome to D&D Super Fan Freak Show Extravaganza, also known as the Meridian Fall D&D campaign. This is episode 17. It's they're in the middle of a fight with the Black Fang, which isn't a good guy. An NPC, so it's not to the death. It's just to see if they're worthy. Which means the DM can rightfully kick their butts, and it won't be the end of the world, so we'll see what happens. The vast majority, like, this combat does not have a map, so... actually, you know what? I can always pull it to here if we want. What's going on? That's weird. I'm moving the I'm moving it around, but yet it's not showing up on the screen. Oh, because I signed them both in as the DM like an idiot. Rejoin as a player. There we go. There we go. I was like, I just changed the screen and it didn't change. Excellent. Excellent. So we have the... I didn't realize that was an option. I made a whole account to be the second view-only screen. And you can just... There's just a button that you can click. Join as a player. And it does the exact same thing. So I feel a little silly for that. Players. I'm waiting on 2 bodies, actually. Only 50% of my party has decided to arrive on time today. Hopefully they will be here shortly. I will kind of buy us a little bit of time in the meantime.
I posted the link on my Facebook, which means that maybe 3 people will show up.
Oh, that's cool. If people want to show up, that's fine. I know, I hate doing that, like, can you sub or whatever thing, but I mean, it helps everybody, so I kind of wanted to...
Literally 3 people might show up. I have over 500 followers. I have 500 friends on Facebook. So
that's a lot of friends.
Literally 3 people might show up. So
we got, if I remember correctly, we have a bunch of difficult terrain. I believe Oris and May are in the... Oh, Oris taking a troll. Doesn't like me touching.
Yeah, I moved back at the start of the fight, so I was...
Yeah, you're back. Blanford and Fjorn are in, I think. If I remember correctly. I'm going to look at the... Yeah, so... Given the turn order, I'm pretty sure Blanford moved up, cast a spell that failed. Then the Black Fang zipped up in front of Blanford. Then Fjorn was after, and he moved up, missed a javelin, then moved up again, like, moved up all the way to get a melee in. So, I'm pretty sure Blanford and Fjorn are in melee.
Hold on.
Ooh, echoes.
Pause. The screen that I'm looking at on Roll20 and the screen that I'm looking at on Twitch are not the same screen.
Uh-oh. I suggest refreshing the page, maybe?
Just a little...
You gotta get a refreshment and feel fresh.
Excuse me, goodness gracious.
Welcome. I think we still are missing one...
Yeah, it looks like his computer's...
Persona. Okay. Well, luckily for us... he is last in the turn order, so we can play without him for a little bit if you want.
Yeah, I can...
So if you guys get into Roll20, you could throw your character... If you want a visual, but if you don't, doesn't matter to me. We can play without the visuals. I don't mind theater and mining this thing. Also, Rim...
Sorry,
Roll20's being dumb?
Yeah, Roll20's being slow rolling.
sad frog face.
I just rolled and got a nat 20. Does that work or?
It does.
Oh my god, I got another one.
Yeah, me too.
I rolled with disadvantage and I got 2 nat 20.
Oh damn! Getting those out of the way.
That's an atrocious initiative point.
Is this the... No?
What's up?
Is this the right map?
I don't know. Do you see the same map as on the stream, or do you have the same issue that...
Yeah, I see the same ones on the screen, like the square.
Yeah, the square is the spell that you threw down. That's the difficult terrain.
Okay. Is he not... Where am I at?
You would be somewhere between Horus and Fjorn, and then Rim would probably be around-ish there, or maybe further where Horus is, because he moved back, and I figure you'd probably do that with Rim as well.
I don't know why I can never put my person in the thing.
That's okay, you don't need a person. What do you need people for?
I mean, I don't care that much. I'm used to not using a map, but if we're all going to use a map, it might be good if I'm on.
Yeah, it's just for, general visuals, I don't even think we made a... I can't pull May in for some reason. Or can I even pull anybody in? I've never been able to do it. I wonder if, like...
Put May into it. You always seem to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we did there. It's okay. Here's a May token. And I don't think I have a Rim token, so... Here you go. You can have a placeholder.
Rim should probably be where Horus is, because he's probably going to be...
Yeah, that's fine. I'm giving them to you, so you can put them
kind
where you
of
need to.
stupid for him to come into the combat.
Yeah. I don't think Horus would be that... Well, yeah, 30 feet. That's fine. Yeah, and you can be like halfway. I'm okay with it. This is kind of a weird looking map, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't quite matter.
Well, yeah, you said there wasn't anything to hide behind, so I'm assuming these trees aren't really...
Yeah, the trees aren't really there. There's no trees for hiding in. And you wouldn't be able to hide from the Black Fang anyways.
Where's the Black Fang?
I can move back as he moves up, but obviously not as fast if he's doing like 60 foot through difficult terrain. But...
Yeah, you're gonna have trouble. He doesn't have range attacks, but he's gonna be super melee.
Do you have the initiative? I don't remember.
I do. I did save it from last time, and we're at the top of the order. We finished off with Fjorn, who's at the bottom.
Who goes first?
It'll be Rim. If we're ready to go. Is everyone here and ready? We didn't even say hi. Do the intro.
Hello.
Hello.
May.
May. Okay, so do you want to count that as the hellos, or do we want to actually go through everybody real quick again?
Sup, I'm Ezekiel, but I'm playing Megalinadel, little girl wizard who's gonna crush the Black Fang. What?
Yeah, probably. Next up is Blanford.
Hello, I'm Blanford. I'm also Zosimus. So it's a thing. Apparently, they've been outed. It's a some revenant figured it out. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah, we did.
Your teammates had no idea.
And I'm a bard, and I'm just gonna. I have this handled. They have to help me because apparently this is a thing that everyone has to do together. But I think I have this handled because I'm the one who's been sent to help them, but they're here to help me this time.
Alrighty. And next up, I think, is Horus.
Sure, I'm Horus. Sorry, I'm Stop Shulking. I play Horus, monk. Doesn't like hurting sentient things, but this upcoming battle is more for a pride thing. There's no death on the line, so he's all about it.
Yeah, no one's gonna die. Probably.
Probably.
and then May finishes off with a fireball because you guys are almost dead.
You watch as the Black Fang goes down onto one knee, puts 2 fingers up, and ninjutsus your whole party with meteors. And lastly, we have Fjorn.
This is Emberg. I play Bjorn, the Barbarian.
Sick. You guys aren't gonna see it, but I officially rewrote the Black Fang rules. I'm not sure where I put them. I think they were
The rules?
the stats I had for him when I first made him. I think I made him back when.
Cheater.
Well, they're the same stats. I wrote them out officially so that I have something to refer to instead of.
Well, I switched out all of May's spells, so you don't know any.
The Black Fang, I think I wrote him originally when you did the fight on episode 7. Because I wrote it just in case you guys got overwhelmed. And to save you from a TPK, he was going to show up. But then you guys killed Corbin and were like total badasses, so it was good. I'm glad that happened that way. He was just my safety net. I'm like, just in case if things go really, really bad, I've got this safety net to keep us from party wiping. But and then those are the stats I used when Fjorn fought him. I believe the episode after, possibly the same. I think it was the episode after. Yeah, you guys didn't even meet him that episode. You met him the next episode. After the fight, or maybe at the very end of it, I forget exactly. And then the next day you were traveling and Fjorn fought him in a one-on-one, and I got to use his stats, and I did misplay it a little bit, but it was still a gloriously epic fight, so I felt it did what it needed to, and it was fun. So now you guys are battling the Black Fang, who was your NPC ally, still is, for the last, couple months of real time, really. And the idea is that if you defeat him in combat, 5v1, that will still count as honorable, and you'll be rewarded with a new title that reflects that.
I bet you we beat him, and he's super sulky about it. He's like, fine, whatever. Yeah, sure, you win.
He just helped. He just trained Oris to be stronger, sort of. I have a feeling that he likes you guys. He likes you guys. He's just not very jovial about it. He's like, I'm gonna help you guys as much as I can within the rules of the Ava religion. So, yeah, if you guys are ready to go, we're already in initiative. We're already in combat. The Black Fang is right up in melee with Blanford and Fjorn. Fjorn is raging. There's a bunch of what's it called? Difficult terrain is that square behind them. I don't think it's going to come into play. I honestly think that he'll just keep chasing you guys down as you back up, and it won't matter where that spell is anymore. Deflect missiles.
I was just warming up my D20, and then somebody was warming up their damage die.
I see. And
I like to go in cold.
The Black Fang currently is hasted, or under the effects very similar to what you know as haste. And there is his Black Fang healing spirit that's with him as well. I believe... I meant to look this up before I started, because I forgot how far the healing spirits can move. I want to say 30 feet, so they're not as far. But I might just rule that it can move faster, just so it keeps up, because when they made this spell, yeah, it's only supposed to move 30 feet as a bonus action, but that doesn't make thematic sense. If he was using this with haste to fight things, over the last few hundred years, it doesn't really make sense that his healing wolf would lag behind 30 feet every time he moved. So, yeah, he has special healing spirit that can keep up with him.
I have a plan.
Sure you do.
I actually do.
Animal handling on the healing spirit. All right.
He actually...
Is your plan gonna...
He was talking about how he can't cast... what was it? Speak with animals or whatever?
Yeah.
Animal friendship?
Right, I can't. That's totally useless. Most of my spells
Yeah.
are kind of useless.
That spirit isn't an actual animal. It probably wouldn't work very well. Anyways, we're at the top of the order, which is actually Rim, if he would like to continue to be part of this combat.
Osteroth. That's we should introduce. That's my other character that I have to do my normal voice with because they're both children.
Your normal voice is a child's voice?
Well, no, I just have to do it. I can't do a slightly higher pitched voice that's like mine, even though that's how I normally do a child. Because I'm playing a girl character also, who was my first one. So she's the main. Okay, he's just gonna make a regular attack, I guess.
That makes sense to me.
I need to. I think he just has a plus 1d6. Yeah, he just 1d6 added, plus 5 to hit.
His sneak attack.
Yes, that's
It's relevant. Like doubles his damage.
yeah. I was checking how much he just adds a d6 right now.
Cool. Alright, short bow coming in hot at the Black Fang. He's got his 2 swords out. They're glowing magically. A 14, no. Easily. He doesn't even need to use his swords. He just kind of like ducks a little and it goes over his shoulder. And he's back into it. Like you've never seen like these kinds of combat forms before. It's definitely new for you guys to see these like advanced, techniques where he's like putting his swords together in like weird two-handed ways, and it almost looks like a dance.
He just got confused. He's like really impressed. So he's like, am I supposed to hit him or okay?
Get the pressure on.
Yeah, you got to distract him. Is that it for little Remy?
Yeah, he can't hide, right? So.
No, you can't really do much. You can't hide against the Black Fang, anyways. I mean, you can
use his action to stand there, all kind of cool.
I meant to miss. It was a warning shot. May, your turn. There is a little bit of damage on the Black Fang too. He took some damage before we left off, but
yeah,
he's not like he won't be bloodied. He'll just be like really tired when you finally get him to half health, because it's not his actual half health. It's just his half to.
All right.
3/4 health.
I guess I'm gonna try, even though the DM made me feel weird about trying it last time. I'm still gonna try because that's what May's gonna do.
Dispel magic.
Yeah, she's gonna dispel magic on it.
So my understanding, because I did read up on what dispel magic does, it will only work on. Is it second level and lower?
No, third level.
Third level? So when you do your third level, or when you cast a spell it's not a third level spell though, right? It's a second level and it does one higher than itself?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dispel magic?
Want me to read it? It's basically a third level spell that any third level spell or lower.
Oh, it is a third level spell. Okay, that's all I was asking.
And if not, I still roll an ability check. As long as it's a spell or it's a magic object you think is worth me rolling.
An ability. So if it's outside that range, like counterspell, you get to roll for it.
Yeah, it's basically exactly like counterspell, but it's just it also acts on basically all of the spells. It
For
doesn't
each
have
spell of make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC. Who does the target makes the checks?
No, that's just a spell description. So me.
Make an ability check using your spell casting ability.
So a cleric would use wisdom, a bard would
Okay.
use charisma as well.
Okay, so it's plus 4 on these rolls. That's pretty good. All right, go for it. Yeah.
No, I don't know what is it. Are they fourth level spells? I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, they're more than third level.
Wait, haste is? Haste is third level, I thought.
So he okay, when I made him, right? Healing Spirits isn't very good at second level. So he upcasts them. And then when I did it, I was like, well, it doesn't make sense for him to have spell slots, so I just upcasted both his spells. So yeah, it's upcasted even though it doesn't do anything.
Alright.
He casts his spells at a slightly higher level. I know it sounds like it's like I made it after you decided you were going to dispel magic his spells, but
Oh, 15.
Yeah, 15 it will be good. You'll knock him. I'll say you knock the healing spirit, and you can go to see if the haste gets removed as well. Ooh, he manages to maintain his haste. But yeah, you obliterate his his black fang just kind of vaporizes into mist, and he's like, "Ah!" He's kind of disappointed at you, but at the same time impressed.
Isn't May still fatigued or something? Doesn't this count as an ability?
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh,
So that would have been for the thank you. I forgot about that.
sure, yeah. I guess you can re-roll the 15.
As much as I want those things gone,
No, thank you. I just forgot. I would have said it too. I think. Okay, so I'll
Just
say
roll
that.
roll high again. You got this.
So healing spirit.
So why was it +5 one time and +4 a different time?
I don't know. It was on accident. Either way.
Oh, okay. All right. It's supposed to be plug at it.
I just did +5 for his roll, so I think I just did the same thing.
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
This one.
Oh no! Wait,
Either.
what? Oh, you just did it. I was just gonna have you do a single roll because the 15 would have already.
I think the 15, 11 for the two.
That-
The 11 and 6 were the two rolls.
Oh, I see how you did it. Okay, so regardless, you've missed them both because of the exhaustion, specifically because of that. So now you know that if you need to come back,
The goddamn exhaustion. Yes, I remember.
like, after this, attempt, if you don't happen to defeat the Black Fang, you can always come back and take a second swing at it, slightly stronger.
worry.
So yeah, his Black Fang starts to vanish, and he just looks like he's focusing a little bit more, and then the Black Fang rematerializes beside him. They do a battle of magical mental. Some of you don't even realize it's happening, but May and the Black Fang are I call his dog the Black Fang and him the Black Fang. It's a little confusing. But you guys battle of wits it in your minds for a second, and he overcomes you only because you tripped due to your exhaustion. Awesome. Okay, so the two of you have done nothing to the Black Fang, which is probably not a good sign. Unless you have anything else to do as a bonus action, I'm going to go to Blanford,
No.
who has a plan.
I do.
Okay.
He does.
It's walk away and take opportunity attacks, right?
No, actually.
Yes.
I'm going to decanter of endless water, geyser.
Okay. You're going to have to remind me how that works. Does he just get auto hit?
Well, no, but he has to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Okay.
But he's right.
I see. So you're he's an elf. He's got to have low strength, right? He dump statted that, right? So.
No, but it is. Produces 30 gallons of water that gush forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. As a bonus action, this is a bonus action.
Yeah, that's actually really good as a bonus action.
It goes. He makes a DC 13 strength saving throw, or takes 1d4 bludgeoning damage and falls prone.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Let's do it. So you bring out your decanter, and you're
and is pushed back 15 feet.
It's only if you did an object, isn't it? Instead of a creature, you can target an object. The object is either knocked over or pushed up to.
Okay.
So I think you'll just knock him prone, which is
Okay.
now that I'm looking at this, it does not say a limit to the size of the thing that you can knock prone.
The
right.
Gate gets knocked prone.
Yeah, I guess you could just knock the Mazgate prone unless it's immune to it. But generally, they don't make things that big immune to prone because most things that knock prone say large or smaller or something on them. Anyways, he's got to roll this DC 13 strength save. Ooh, yeah, he rolls it. He makes a save as the water crashes into his body. You're right to assume that he's not super strong. His strength stat is relatively low compared to his other stats. Because he's an elf, not a, he's a ranger using his finesse weapons. So he gets crashed with the water, and he just kind of puffs out his chest and lets the water drip down to his feet. He's like, nice try. And now it's, what would you like to do for your action?
All right. All right then.
He's like, refreshing, and he flicks back his hair.
In which case, for my action,
Run away. Disengage.
You could. Then it's just him and Fjorn's felt the sting of his blade before.
I'm going to cast
At least Fjorn can take a hit.
That's true.
Rude. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave on him.
Okay.
Compared to the entire party, but anyway.
Yeah, does Thunderwave have a range on it?
It does.
I mean, he's standing right next to him, so I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just you're gonna hit Fjorn as well as the thing, right?
Right.
What?
You casting the one that's all around you, or the one that's a cube away from you?
A cube away from me.
Yeah.
Thunderwave. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you is Thunderwave. So do you have a different spell?
You can direct the cube.
Thunderclap is the one that's all around you.
Right, you can direct the cube. Right?
Originating from you.
Yeah, it originates, like the cube goes away from you.
So, right, I'm going to make the cube go...
Oh, alright, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. So 1 point of the cube has to be you, is what we're saying?
Right, but I'm going to try and put, like, a... Sorry, I'm... sure.
I would have assumed that if it's a cube originating from you, you'd be the center of the cube. And the range is self on the spell.
We've used it before. And
I know, and I'm looking at... I've never really thought about it, I just took your word for it, but I'm looking at it... I'll allow you to do it. I'm just saying, by chance we have a viewer that's used this spell before and wants to make a comment or just have an opinion, just rereading the spell myself makes me feel like the intention is that the wave emanates from you 15 feet. I don't know why it's a cube instead of a sphere, though, so... Okay.
I'm going to try and push him backwards.
Yeah, I think because if I remember actually, when you used the spell, I asked you which way the people got pushed, and we were a little confused about it because it makes if you're the epicenter of the thunder wave, it makes perfect sense where everyone gets pushed. But if you can somehow make the thunder wave happen somewhere else, that's why it gets confusing.
If the origin is me, it doesn't have to be centered on me. Is what it says.
But what's the difference between center and origin?
I could have the cube centered on have one corner of the cube centered on my belly button.
Yeah, centered on you. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, but the corner of the cube?
No. If it's centered, then the cube is. Then I'm in the center of the cube. If it's originating from me, it can come out of my mouth. The corner can come out of my mouth.
It's like a
and
cone.
I'm totally outside of it.
Like cone of cold. It says it's uses the same word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because cones originate. Yeah. You've got it. I was gonna let you do it anyways. I just was.
This is one of those super technical things that.
Is that Matt Mercer? Yeah. I'm growing it out. I'm gonna be Matt Mercer.
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level.
Okay, up casting it quite a bit. Yes.
And it has a Constitution 14.
Oh, has to make a save.
Yep.
Con save, baby. I gotta go to the numbers here. What did he need? A 14? Oh, he rolled a 15, my friend.
And he only takes 12 damage.
He takes half the damage as that thunder wave strikes against his body.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still good. But he doesn't get pushed back, though, is the thing. Oh, you guys have been getting stronger.
Alright.
Is that...
And, that will... and that will end my turn.
Okay.
I thought I would be able to do better. Alright.
I think
So he gets. Last time I did this, I did it wrong. He has a certain amount of extra attacks, or multi-attack, as I've called it on his sheet. Then he gets an extra one for haste, and he gets an extra one when he dual wields, because he has an offhand. So he gets quite a few attacks, but don't be too overwhelmed if you get hit a few times, because they're shorts. They're magical short swords, but they're not like. I'm not rolling like 2d12s on you every time you get hit or anything. So
just remember, if you're not down, we're still in the running.
Yeah, honestly, as bad as like the last couple of rounds have been, looking at his stats, I think you guys have a reasonable chance of still defeating him.
If we could land anything.
Because it's going to take him a bunch of turns to chew through you guys. So I mean, you have like a long time to hurt him. Although he will heal himself with the doggo beside him for a
The
reasonable.
dog will get hit. The dog will get hit by the.
It's not a. It's just a spell, my friend.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. Was the
I don't
dog
think
out.
so. I don't know if someone wants to get the rules for healing spirit, but I don't think it gets hit by things because it doesn't have stats.
It's not an actual thing. It just sits there. It's a concentration, but it's a concentration.
Oh,
So.
does he have
Yeah. So
to take enough damage to break
So he-
concentration?
since both healing spirit and haste are concentration, I had to make some special rules for him in concentration. So
Oh.
it doesn't really. Yeah, the diviner's stupid. It breaks a bunch of the rules, but it's cool. I wanted it to be cool, so that's why I did it.
Yeah, whatever. It's an NPC.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
We
he's
get
an
ability.
NPC. So he heals up a little. Like he had like for interest. If you guys are interested, he also. It's gonna sound stupid, but he does have because of his diviner ability is when haste drops, he does not feel the fatigue, which is the big drawback to that spell. But he can only do it on himself, which is another thing that other people who cast haste could do on other people. So he's like a very like strange and different type of spell, but I'm using a lot of the regular rules so that you can do things like dispel the spells or what have you. And in all fairness, he only upcasted them to level 4, so if you were to have level 4 spell slots, you could just straight up dispel him. So I mean, at some point you could just manhandle him in a few levels, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, he's gonna make some attacks. He gets a handful of attacks, and he's gonna send. Well, let's do 3 on Fjorn, 2 on Blanford, just to split him up at first, because he's not feeling threatened. He's having some fun. The 2 on Blanford are a 15 and a 20 something.
They hit.
Okay. And he does a total of 10 and 8. So 18 points as the 2 blades. He's hitting you with the size of them. They're non-lethal attacks, but he's still doing considerable bruising to your body as you take the 18 points of... I'm going to say bludgeoning damage. Normally it would be slashing, but I'm going to say it's bludgeoning because he's purposefully trying not to hurt you. Or to kill you, I mean. He is trying to hurt you. And then 3 attacks on our good friend Fjorn. I forget if you reckless. I think you said no.
I haven't yet.
I'm still in double digits.
That's good.
Well, you're not blood. I don't think that bloodied you, right? Or did it?
It did.
Oh, okay. So you're not looking good. And now 3 attacks on Fjorny. A 15, a 20-something, and another 20-something.
Of course.
Does the
Yes,
fifth
they all 3 hit.
all 3 hit? Okay. But you don't. You take half damage because you are raging. Oh, low rolls. 10, 8, and 7. So 5, 4, and 4. No, 5, 4, and 3. So you take a total of 12 as he peppers you with little slaps. And he smiles and he preps himself ready for you guys to come back at him. I mean, that's the most he can really do in one turn, and he didn't take anybody down, so you guys might have a good chance still. Oris, you're up.
I'm gonna move as far away as I can because I think he's like what I don't know what the
Sure.
difference is. I'm
So you
just
can-
gonna try to put myself back at the 150 range. I don't know if I can get there or not, but
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be a few turns until he gets a chance to hit you. So I'll just say you're at 150. Like
Okay.
you're not there yet, but you're gonna be there by the time it matters. So
yeah, exactly. So okay.
same with Rim. We'll back him up. We'll say you're both backed up at 150. It's fine. You were 100 to begin with, and it's been 2 turns. So I mean,
Yeah, and I got the 40.
Oh.
he moved forward though. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You guys are both 150 back. It's all good.
Sure.
I
And I'm going to Kensei shot Owl Soul twice, I guess.
Go for it. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-down. 14. Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it.
That definitely hits. Yeah.
A 25 does hit him though. I think the first time he's taken a physical hit. A 20. He doesn't have infinite AC. He has high AC, not infinite. So that's 12 points of damage. Definitely.
Assuming no resistances, yeah.
No, he takes a full. He's not a monster. He's still a person. So he tries to like get through the arrows and I think you actually hit him last time. I believe you had a critical hit or something. And we remembered it like
right.
the arrow, like he tried to bring his blades up and the arrow like phased under it almost a little thanks to the owl soul and it struck him. This time it wasn't a critical, so it doesn't do anything magical, but it did slip through his guard. The first one he like chopped out of the air and he was so proud of himself, and the second one managed to get him and he was like, oh yeah, there's 2. Yeah, he's taking some damage.
And Oris just shouts, keep the pressure on!
We can do this, boys! Fjorn, you're up.
press the advantage.
Exactly.
Compass around me.
May flips through her copy of The Art of War.
A 15 does not hit.
Oh my word. Compass
A
around
26 critical hit. Woo!
Yeah.
Here comes the big boy. All right, Fjorn definitely comes down, like breaking through his weapons, striking him for 16 plus some necromantic damage as well.
Plus their D12.
Oh, plus another D12, yeah, because it's a critical.
3-2 or no?
Well, we won't add the plus 3 again, so that's 10, 24, 26, 31 points of damage.
Does he get to add Divine Fury again too? Roll that again also?
On the first attack.
Yeah, actually, because it's a critical, yeah, you do. You get you get to double up the Divine Fury. Definitely. Jesus Christ. Okay.
-2 though, because you still add. Yeah.
-2. Oh, okay. It's only 5 more. Okay, I see.
Find the
70.
-2.
I got 31 before rage effect.
Just because you don't have the number every time you just read
Oh.
it.
Yeah, he took a good chunk of damage. Like, you came down. All the damage that's been adding up to him, this attack, like, struck him, and he blocked with his weapons, and it dropped him down to, like, one knee, and, like, the like, you could feel the force, like, in the air. Like, you guys had that thunder wave happen before. If this feels like 2 or 3 of those happening all at once as he slams down, and the blade, like, gets past his swords and, like, gets into his shoulder blade a bit before Fjorn pulls back, and he's bleeding a bit now. Yeah, you've definitely took him down to the bloodied or tired state at this point. That's a substantial chunk of damage on how many hit points I gave the Black Fang. He's not beat, but this might be over much quicker than I thought.
My turn?
That's the end of the round, so we're back at the top with...
He's got Healy Boy, though, so...
Yeah, it doesn't heal 50 points of damage or whatever he just did, though. It heals some amount, but not that much. We're back at Rim, top of the order.
Alright, Rim's gonna take another shot. 16?
Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Damn it, Rim.
Black Fang's not looking good. He's looking a little sluggish, even with the haste making him move at a blurring speed.
Did he roll concentration? Or did he not do that, sorry? For the last attack.
He's good.
Damn it. I was hoping with that. that crit. Okay, is it May next?
It is.
Okay, May finishes dabbing up Fjorn, and then she's going to...
Dabbing. Good job! Good job, Fjorny.
Can she get within 20 feet of him, or... I don't really know the
Sure,
distance. Right?
yeah.
Okay.
She never moved back, so yeah.
Okay. She gets within 20 feet, and then she's gonna cast Shadow Blade.
Yep. Makes sense.
And you're gonna toss a daggy.
A shadowy psychic blade at him? Sure, yeah, go for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you threw it and it like landed like way far away from the battlefield. You almost hit Blanford actually as you threw it.
Alright, she's just gonna summon it back to her, and that's it.
I mean, and that ones are gonna happen, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done anything.
And you have twice as many characters. Blanford.
I am going to compass around to flank.
Okay. He's paying attention now to you guys. He's like, okay, this is getting serious. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Alright. Let's do this correctly now. Bonus action. Killing word on myself.
Yep, that sounds right to me.
Because I am at 10 HP. I'm going to healing word myself at, first level, because I don't have a lot of spells right now.
I mean, a part of me thinks you should take the disengage action, heal yourself, and back up. But I mean, if you want to,
That's trash.
all right, Blanford's in it to win it. That's 4 HP, going to make a world of difference.
Yes.
You know.
Doggo gets an attack of opportunity.
Action.
Taco gets it. I should make it like manifest. Like, oh yeah, the dog spirit like melds with his body and he becomes like a lycanthropian monster that like the true Black Fang. Ugh.
Attack with my rapier at advantage.
You may have it, good sir. One whole advantaged rapier swipe coming at my friend.
The 20 hit.
I think we said that you have to roll. It has to show up.
Arg.
That was our rules from last week.
Alright. How do I roll? Try this again. And let me give it a second roll.
A 24? Yeah, 24 is gonna hit. Although
And-
it had advantage, so I guess you could roll it again.
Yeah, that's not as good. So I'm going to attack. So I'm going to roll damage.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to use my
Yeah, your
my
whisperers.
psychic
Roll
blade.
damage
Psychic
first. Roll damage for the.
seven damage. Should have gone through.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Oh, why don't you just roll it in the thing? You can just click on it.
It
Yeah,
did.
click the pink text.
I don't know. He says it doesn't work. I'm gonna believe him.
If you don't see it in roll 20, then it's not. It doesn't count.
Then it didn't happen. That's the. I mean, it helped you because maybe a 20 doesn't hit, but a 24
Sorry,
isn't hit.
it's not click. If the button isn't clicking for me,
Just roll a d8 in the thing.
1d8 plus 5.
Okay, 1d8 plus 5.
And then I'm going to add 3d6.
Plus 5? You have 5 dexterity?
Yeah. No, hold on. Let me read that again.
Not for damage, it shouldn't be plus 5.
No, plus 2. Plus 2.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow. I didn't know you. I would have figured you would have put points into charisma.
No, I have and then I have plus 3d6.
Blades.
For my
Yeah,
blade.
yeah, that's fine. Roll them out. Let's get them. Hit them with all them damages.
I
How
love
do I
that you put psychic blades. You're like, but you can use it for an.
Do you want me to just like roll the d8 plus 2? Holy shit.
Wait, why is it 66?
Sorry. Roll.
I'm gonna take the first 3 if that's okay.
Pick whichever one you want. I don't care.
So 15 plus the 8 I rolled,
Mhm.
which is a shit ton of damage.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, okay, he's starting to look pretty worn out, I'm not gonna lie. As those blades slash at him and cut at him, he's managing to, like, keep them from hitting, like, vital organs and, like, doing any serious harm to himself. But he's, like, wearing himself thin, trying to pull these, like, moves. You think he might have, like, twisted, like, a muscle, maybe, as he's, like, trying to, like, keep himself from getting cut in any vital spots, his neck and his whatnot. So he's taking some wounds. You're noticing, like, a little bit of, like, bleeding coming from him, but not enough for him to, like, really consider himself beat yet. And he looks at you and he says, well, I don't want to be surrounded. And on his turn now, his little doggo's going to give him some healing. Some unknown amount of healage. Ring! As the energy regenerates around him. He's still looking pretty beat up, but some of his wounds have healed a little bit. And I think this is like the last 3 fights you guys have done. There's been a guy who just keeps regenerating hit points as you fight them. Yeah, he's going to actually just unleash all of his attacks on Blanford so that he's not being surrounded. We'll do him we'll do a couple, and then if you're down, he'll switch over to Fjorn. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be flanked from the barbarian. Crits him again. First attack does 16 hit you. Yeah, we know it does. And then that one,
Yes.
a 20-something hits you. I'll just do them all. A crit and does a 14 hit Blanford.
14 is my AC.
Oh, okay. So you have 3 regular hit, 1 miss, 3 regular hits, and then a critical hit.
Oh no.
I don't. Do you think he's gonna survive all of them? I feel like he's not gonna.
You know what? I don't even think I have to roll some of them. So I'm gonna put one of the regular attacks on Fjorn and do the rest on you because knowing just the base damage, I think that's enough to get you. But I'll tell you how much it is anyways. So he did.
Do all the damage on me. Do all of it on
No,
me.
one of the non-crits is gonna go at Fjorn.
It does all the damage on you. You know that.
And I'm gonna re-roll it to see if it hits, just because that's stupid if I just go, ha, because Blanford's got a low AC, Fjorn gets hit, haha. No, I'll re-roll one of the hits, but realistically, he wouldn't have just, like, overkilled you. He would have pulled back at the last minute. I just didn't see all the rolls, and I'm trying to be quick about it. So he did 11...
What you should do is you should
28 bludgeoning to you as the critical plus 2 regular attacks, I believe, knock you unconscious.
Yep.
But as you hit the ground, he's been nice enough to do it in a way that you don't need death saving throws. You know, he meant to knock you unconscious. That's what happens when you non-lethal someone. They're immediately stable on the ground. So you're just, on the ground. And then I'll do 1 roll against Fjorn. And he rolled a nat 1, so I should have just done all the damage on Blanford. Either way, Blanford is your first casualty. Although with some healing or potions, I guess you could get him back up, potentially. And the meat shield, dropping like it's hot. Oris, it is your turn, my friend. There's a chance the Black Fang won't get another turn, though. You guys have a lot of action economy left to really lay it on thick.
I'm gonna do same as last time, so 2 more Owl Soul.
Okay.
I don't know what my ammo is, but we'll assume it was full before the fight, and I didn't use any in the basement, so...
And you're gonna put a wall up, right? And then climb to the top of it and shoot from the top?
I can't climb the stuff yet. I think it's level 6.
It has climbable...
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It'll use time, and
It does, yeah. It's 20 feet tall, and for you to climb without a climbing speed, it's at half speed. So technically, with a 20-foot tall wall, if you haven't moved yet, you can climb to the top of it.
What does putting the brick down cost me?
A bonus action. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't get your Yeah, don't do
My
it.
Kensei shot?
You'd
No,
lose
no,
your
it
Kensei
doesn't-
shot.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any advantage, right? Like, it's not...
No, it just looks badass.
From 150 feet away, I'm pretty much not changing the angle at all, so... yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll definitely use that tactic another time, but in this situation, I don't think it's... advantageous. So here
Why
comes from that one.
You shoot from like 150 feet away. You're not like shooting even slightly. You're just like shooting super high up, like just
Yeah.
into the air. Like everyone's like, "Where'd the arrow go?" And then it just.
Yeah, go for it, my friend. A 26? Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit him.
Thank you, martial characters.
A 10? Not so much. Is that a nat
Oh,
one?
that's my damage roll.
Oh. A 10 damage. Yeah. And then the Kensei shot? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go for it! He's trying to flick these shots out of the way. He's just taking a ton of damage here. Kensei shot. Yeah. He is looking very worn at this point. Fjorn, basically, if you land a hit, he's probably going to stop fighting.
Say that.
Don't say that. Woof woof. Or whiff whiff.
Yeah, I thought that this guy's stats was going to cause you guys trouble, but you've proven that the DM just sucks at making enemies for you guys. Obviously, I have to consider that there's 4 of you, and action economy is a thing.
I mean, there's 5.
There are 5 of you,
Rim's
yeah.
been whiffing, yeah.
Although May and Rim haven't done anything, so
I
it's
know,
just the
but
3. It's just Fjorn, Oris, and Blamford taking the piss out of the Black Fang.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They've been crushing it. I mean, I guess, yeah, Blanford did do some damage too, I forgot. But our freaking Bard and Monk.
Yeah, Fjorn. You gonna Reckless to try to finish this bad boy off?
Yeah, I think I will.
Do it.
A 15, but it's Reckless, so you can have advantage. A 20? Ooh, a 20 does actually not break his AC. His haste, and he's gets a bonus for dual weapons, and he's a dex-based guy. He just has good AC. 20 is not enough. Ching, ching, ching. So he manages to barely deflect that attack, and you can have your second swing. Like that. Yeah, go for it. With advantage. Oh no!
What?
Oh no!
I told you not to say anything. Jinxed me.
He manages to get out of the way, sidestep, move, and evade your 2 massive reckless swings.
Those came at the same time.
And as he's deflecting them, he says, "I remember some of these moves. I've learned from you."
Whatever, you're just...
It won't matter, because May's just going to launch like a fireball at him and end it anyways, so... top of the order to you, with Rim.
Alright.
Watch Rim be the hero. Finish him off.
Maybe, if he can actually land a hit. Nope.
18? No. He almost has to get a critical to hit, or like roll like a... I think like an 18 plus might do it. 17
I mean,
plus,
he
16.
hasn't been rolling over like even a 15
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. I mean, if you know a 20 doesn't hit, it's pretty tough for...
Rogue's whole thing is to hide and shoot generally, and he can't hide, so he's not even leveled up enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Anymore.
That's okay.
Okay.
His effort in the fight will earn him a title, which is great. May, would you like to try to end this fight?
I mean, I would love to continue using Shadow Blade, but I feel like I should just stop and use Magic Missile so I can actually do something.
Magic Missile is guaranteed damage.
Yeah.
The Black Fang casts Shield! Vroom!
I'll do it.
level.
So, second level.
That's
gonna be
4 beams.
4d4 plus 4. Shoot, I put the wrong thing in. No, not d4. There. Ugh, 13.
13 damage? That gets him real close. We'll actually see on his turn if he gives up, depending on how much his wolfy friend heals him.
Like that one concentration.
Yeah, he's really hurting after he takes. We can't block them. He's like, ugh. You can see like a bit of blood's like dripping from like his mouth because of the concussive hits on him, and yeah, he looks like he's about to like hold up his hands and give up, but his Black Fang friend almost instinctually comes to give him aid. Ooh, that is a big heal actually. He's gonna still stand up with a little bit of gumption left. And he says thank you to his friend as if it's a person, even though he's saying it to himself, really. But there's kind of this weird bond, because you spend hundreds of years with only one spell you can cast. You kind of care about it. Alright, so that means since Blanford doesn't have a turn, we're going right to Fjorn getting attacked. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think he's going to dish out enough hurt for this.
Somebody give me a potion?
No, they all really want to just kill the Black Fang.
I mean, I think we can take him out before...
So the first, there are 5 swings, so let's go with the first 2. We got a critical hit and a 20-something. Then we've got another 20-something and a 20. And a second critical hit. Holy crap, he's really has a feel for Fjorn taking some damage here.
I'm down.
Okay, so we'll do the first critical hit. 11, 17 halved. So you only take 8 damage. We'll do the second critical hit, get them out of the way. 14 halved, 7 damage, and then 3 little hits.
All the smaller hits are gonna give you the round down bonuses. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really helps that you have resistance to this. Oh! You know what? Never mind. I'm being stupid. I was like, but they're magical. No, that's not how that's not how barbarians work. That's how the monsters work. That's not how monsters are always like resistance and less magical. So have you've been keeping track of how much you took so far?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay, so you got hit for an 11, which halves to 5, a 12, which halves to 6, and an 8, which halves to 4. So 5, 6, and 4. 15 total. You're still up?
What? How many total?
15.
15 total after all the halving and adding it up.
With the 2 crits as
I'm
well.
still,
You're still down?
I'm still up.
You're still up. Okay. Yeah, but you're probably looking bad, I bet. 'Cause I think it was a total of only like 30 something damage after resistances, and I think you have more than that HP, so it doesn't surprise me that you're up with like a little bit of strength left in you. And he's impressed. He slapped you with like his best, like he looks tired, like he like exhausted himself doing that last bit of like speedy attacks, and he kind of thinks maybe if he was like trying to kill you, maybe he'd be a little stronger, but yeah, he is looking very tired, and I have a feeling you guys are going to finish him now. But at least he's almost took down your barbarian. Oris. Oris's turn.
Quit saying you think we're going to take him down, because now I'm going to lift twice too.
Yep. Jinxing this, man. Jinxing.
That's how the DM has to do it now.
Oh no! Miss!
It's the second time. Remember, you have to wait a second. I feel like you're doing...
Oh yeah, I don't know. I can't tell if that's the same seed or not.
Yeah, I know. Just wait like a few seconds between rolling.
Mine did the
Click
exact same
1,
thing.
2, 3.
That's
click.
true, actually. You got 2 14s.
I was saying before, there's 2 running now, there's 2 10s. Like, if you guys roll too fast...
Yeah, I feel bad now, because I think that might have been the situation for you guys.
We have
That's
to...
why I go click 1, 2, 3, click.
I'll let Oris have another one. That's fine. I'm not going to go back to Fjorn's turn, though. That's too much backtracking. A 26 definitely hits, yes.
Are you sure?
That's all you roll. You roll 10s and 26s. Yeah, as that shot, Kensei added to it. He goes to block it, it slides through his blades, and it hits him in the side hard. And you see the wounds start to, like, really, like, he's bleeding quite a bit from this one. And even though it's not his turn, he drops his weapons and he's like, you got me. And technically it's your turn, Fjorn, but I mean, he's surrendering.
Cut him down!
He didn't kill me last time, so.
you see his concentration starts to shake and he's no longer vibrating and his wolf friend vanishes.
He doesn't wolf friend me?
Yeah, sorry. As the wolf is slowly dematerializing, one drop of its tail slowly twinkles off and lands on Blanford, offering him up 1 HP. Kill him! Kill him! Slay Blanford? Oh, he killed Blanford.
Normally, Bjorn would gladly kill him, but since he spared his life before,
Plus, if you killed him, you'd definitely still be mage whelps.
right.
Well, actually, would you? That's a good question.
The other diviner. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I think you would, if you were to kill him, it might count as just winning the duel, and then Ava would probably see favorably on that. But I don't know if you would get the secret thing that he was going to tell you. Either way.
Secret.
I'm gonna kill him then.
Kill him so there are no secrets! Ha! Fjorn brings his...
The secrets of the...
Get up and go.
For all you know, if you tried to kill him, he would have defended himself, and... Maybe I gave him the samurai trait. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if the samurai...
It's horrifying.
If the samurai takes lethal, he gets up and takes a turn in the middle of your turn.
I get up and go. I did it! I beat him.
Which, a samurai that's, samurais, I guess, would have second wind, technically, in their tank, but they don't normally have heal spells. But in this situation, if I gave that to the Black Fang, then the wolf, then he gets a turn where the wolf gets to heal him, so he doesn't even drop back down to 0. Like, that's kind of nasty. Either way, you guys have successfully defeated the Black Fang, and he like nods and bows to you guys and appreciates what you've done.
I'm like, I told you I'd be able to do this. You did a great job helping me out. Thank you so much. I totally did that.
It looks like my training isn't completed. What, you're trying to take credit for the whole thing again? Come on.
Him back again. Feels like you didn't really help them. It's not like talking too much. She knows she helped, but not as much as she wanted.
Awesome. Okay, so what time is it? Oh, we got some time. So he stands up and he takes the hit and then he pulls the arrow out after everyone's kind of... You guys are starting to gather up to talk to him, right? And he pulls the arrow out and he sheathes his 2 weapons and he stands and you guys... I don't know if you guys wanted to maybe roll insight, but he looks like he's not really been in a fight. He gets up and he seems like he's not nearly as tired as he was like 2 seconds ago when he conceded to you guys.
Look at what I think that he looks exhausted because I totally...
You're not even sure. You're like, what kind of elf is he?
I'm not gonna really roll for insight.
You're gonna be just as bad as Blanford. Yeah, I mean, as far as you guys can tell, he looks like he might have still had some gas in the tank, and he just didn't want the fight to go any further. Maybe he did it because he was afraid of what Fjorn would do. Maybe he did it because he wants you guys to succeed. But you have a feeling that you stressed the Black Fang almost to his limits. So, I mean, you did a really good job. You did 5v1 him, and normally he fights with an army, so, I mean, there's that. The healing spirit is way better when he's in a party than it is when he's by himself, because you can heal multiple people.
We want to know about removing this mage whelp.
Yes, of course. What you have done... He takes a second and closes his eyes for it, and he thinks, and he says, and he takes in a deep breath. Yes, I can tell. The ritual dance time. You guys, I can tell that Ava has forgiven you. The elven wine? Yeah, you should. He would totally have a drink with you guys if that's what you wanted.
Ritual dance time.
Okay, yeah, you try to do a ritual dance. It's more like a ritual, like, hopscotch. It's pretty good. Like, there's some moves, like, you do, like, half a backflip, and people are like, oh, damn, that's pretty good. But, like, overall, your performance is lackluster.
May
Yeah, I'm on 1 hit point, and
Yeah. He also, unless you guys have things you want to say to him right now.
I mean, May will get the wine out, I guess. She'll pour a little
Okay.
glass.
Little victory sip for everybody. Yeah, you guys can totally have that. In addition
Give me the
to, sorry.
So give me the bottle after you're done pouring.
Give you the bottle after pouring everybody a little bit.
I mean, Fjorn is also very battered as well. The two that decided to be the melee combatants in this fight look like they've been haggard. Like they have been. I don't think either of you would want to 1v1 this guy. But as a unit, cohesive unit, you've earned his respect.
They could have taken him on 1v1.
Maybe. It's possible. If the Dispel Magic had worked, I limited how many times he can cast those spells per day instead of giving him spell slots. So it's possible that if...
Corrupting Earth in the beginning, so I only had 1 3rd-level spell slot besides...
fair enough.
I
And you weren't fully... To be fair, you weren't aware... I mean, you kind of were aware because you'd seen him move through difficult terrain without issue before, but you probably...
So, like, I just kind of thought that was like, oh, nature stuff, whatever. But I didn't know they were also going to be magical terrain.
And then, you weren't really... You also didn't suspect him to be like, haste, move 60 feet. You can't... Like, I don't even know if you fought him or saw him fight Fjorn. So I think that fight was completely solo, and he would have just explained what he had learned. And given Fjorn's arcane abilities, I don't think his storytelling would have given you enough of a hint that you would have been like, oh yes, of course, I can expect haste to happen. But you guys did really well, and he offers you the title. Now you guys are known, he will tell you. If you use the term and people will understand it and diviners will respect it, you can consider yourself honor-clad at this point. Within the Ava Society, you will earn additional respect just from that alone. And he almost like looks a little sad that like you guys don't need his help anymore.
we're gonna need your help.
Alright, go home, man.
We're still gonna need your help. You're a lot. We're kind. You do realize that just because we're. This is a lot. We're not here, and navigating this society is a lot more difficult than.
Well, now that you've been given my honor, you will find yourself easier tidings.
Well, the question is, why don't you come into the city? Because it feels like you don't want to come in for some reason.
I have a feeling I'm not welcome there.
But if you're not welcome, why would we be welcome?
The term isn't mine alone. It's just from any diviner can gift it.
Right, but that's why I'm curious why you would not be able to enter. Is it something about you personally? And if so, I mean, I hope
it is. It has to do with the curse that I was given.
Ah.
Can we help you somehow?
Didn't you want to kill him like 2 minutes ago in chat? Maya's like, oh no! And now she's like, oh, can we help you? Can we help you with this curse?
Actually kill him, that was chat.
I know, you were just kidding. I'm just joking around. Honestly, I have know of no way, and I've spent years looking. If there was a way, I'm sure my brethren would have came to my aid. Maybe in your journeys, if you meet the Cabal, you can find how they perform their rituals and maybe possibly find some help for me, but I don't know of anything, and I can't go into the Shadowfell to look.
Okay, I just mean, like, you can still hang with us. Really, we just would enjoy it if you actually were a part of the group rather than just, like, walking around behind us, letting us fight. I get that you're strong, but it's like, I think hopefully we've proved ourselves to you that you can kind of work with us a little bit more.
We'll see. If you need my help for something, come let me know. My fees will be greatly discounted now that there is no Ava requirements.
Oh, and I guess I have one more question. What is there, like, levels this honor system? Like, could we be more than honor fountain class or something, or is it just like those two?
This is different from the honor that you will earn from helping people. People will respect you when you do things for them, just as any other place would.
Right.
The titles come from Ava herself.
Right. I'm just saying, is there something greater than? I just feel like because we went from like -1 or something. Did we go up to like 0? Like, is just everybody's honor clad, or is this something
No,
like?
you'll be considered special amongst those around you.
I mean, I already, but
And Rim is just super lucky to be around because he didn't really earn it, but he.
I mean, God damn it, he just missed.
Yeah, he was around.
I mean, he didn't deserve to really be.
Yeah, but I don't want one of you still being a mage whelp, so let's just hand wave
even-
that a little bit. I mean, not hand wave it. That the rules were if he
He tried.
participated. He risked his life. I mean, not that the Black Fang would have killed him, but I mean, the Black Fang could have at any point chosen to ignore the barbarian and gone for he could have just said, "I'll take the one attack from Fjorn," and just dashed up to May and started slapping the crap out of her. That may have been a better move, but considering that he took very little damage from May up till that point, and most of it was from Fjorn's massive critical attack, which was momentarily flexing to a level beyond the 5th level characters you guys are right now. Like, it was pretty epic, almost max damage too. Like, you just it came down like some kind of celestial slam. It wasn't celestial though, it was necrotic.
It was like you picked up a dead person and stabbed him with it. I don't know what I was. Okay, so I guess we should go and tell everybody that the wars coming now. Make sure the diviner lady's there.
Are you still certain that that is truth? You can still be considered a liar as an honor clad if you are wrong.
Well,
we consider it upwards of. I call it upward more. I would say that our source of information is certain, and we would.
how do you text her, bro?
Why don't you remind May what activated the coin? Because he may have been playing a character in MF2 and had not remembered how to do that.
It is. We are fairly. The person who told us is very trustworthy as far and she is very certain.
I don't know. I've never even met her, and I don't know if would you guys say that? Doesn't Fjorn have the coin?
Fjord has the coin, and
Fjorn, do you trust her that much?
well, she hasn't let us wrong.
How far has she led you? That's what I don't feel like you guys haven't gotten tons of information.
The little information we've gotten hasn't been correct.
All I know is my abilities to track are quite far-reaching. I cannot see as far as Boulder, but I can tell you that there is no immediate danger.
Yep.
You try to ask them to send scouts out to see.
Right. Yes, that would actually that would be good if we can at least get them to send a person or two.
How about I will do this for you, this task?
Yes.
I mean, guess did they trust you though?
I can confirm for you, and you trust me, do you not?
Yes. Do you have some ability to send a message long range? Some sort of sending coin like we have that can send a message to the capital or send a message to the city?
I can wait to us.
No, to
To the Black Fang, yeah. He just smiles. The secrets of Ava run deep.
So I'm assuming that's a yes. Excellent. So that will solve that problem very neatly.
Without you guys slowing me down, I should be able to return in about a day with that knowledge.
Wouldn't he need to send the information to us though? Because if he sends it to the city, they're not going to trust him. That's
Well, that's their problem.
no, it's not. What? That's not. No.
Don't worry, I can help you with that. If you need to, I can definitely send word sooner than you could by word of mouth. But I think it is better that you take credit for the thing that you've earned.
Well, okay. My suggestion. Sorry, May was going to give her owl, so you could send the owl back.
Sure.
If
You want?
if it's not, I don't know what ability you. If you can't, you have to send the information to us so we can tell them so that they don't have any question about it.
If there's a war coming, I will be sure to act quickly. But I can take your friend if you'd like. Holds out his hand for Squire. How does it work exactly? I know you can poof him and then poof him back, but how will you know when to do that? Can you just kill Squire as like snap his neck? That's the message.
No, I mean, yeah, but I can't communicate with him past 100. I just meant like as a bird, he can just have the bird fly back.
Oh, I see. Just because he has faster movement speed than the.
I mean, he's a bird, so yeah, he can fly and just kind of glide the whole way back. But I don't know if you have like some magical way, like the spell sending, or if we would need, if a bird is actually fast enough or whatever. I mean, is it as bad as the first one?
I will be back in one day with news. I can tell you that there is no war coming to your doorstep within that day.
Okay.
Unless they're moving at faster speeds than I could predict, but I doubt it.
We're like, he just never comes back. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, if he doesn't come back in a day, you guys are fucked.
Okay, well, he's obviously dead. Alright,
The
so
dead
yeah,
fang.
You bye, I guess. Have fun.
Okay. I will return shortly.
Should we warn him
Excellent.
of the
No,
glue milk
no.
guy, the main glue milk guy,
Corbin?
Corbin? Yeah, because he was
We already,
pretty
we already,
similar
we already
style.
told him about him. We already told him about him ages ago.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I guess you would have told him after the fight, right? You would have
Yeah,
told
I
him
mean,
when you first
yeah.
met him. You would have told him about the
Yeah.
fight that happened. So I guess he's aware that Corbin's out there. Yeah.
And we told him about the sorcerer, wizard, warlock, bard guy who's just specifically designed to break the
The barriers. Yeah.
Right. We don't know what type of magic user he is. He's actually probably a druid. We don't know.
Sorcerer.
Yeah. You don't know.
Right.
I think.
We don't
Yeah.
know
I
what-
forget if I said. I might have said great sorcerer.
In the other campaign you did.
Did
But
say
we
something
don't-
might have been the other campaign.
Other campaign you said, but we.
Maybe he knows these things.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. You guys don't know, but that's okay. That's what he's saying is. Falstar knows. Blanford doesn't. It's fine.
Blanford's like.
Blanford
There's
hardly
some
knows
sort of
anything. Like, that guy just kind of exists. Okay, so unless you guys have other things to ask the Black Fang, he's
Nope.
given you guys, he's cleared you guys. You guys successfully defeated. The DM cannot catch a break with you guys. Obviously, I need to make stronger enemies. Or more of them. But MF2 is actually, MF2 had a bit of a... I could tell one of the players was getting a little miffed when I was dealing damage to him. He was used to being completely untouched in every combat, and then he was like on the verge of death a bunch, and it really... I could tell he was not enjoying it.
Is that
don't-
because
I
he
don't
made
think-
a character with AC 9?
Yeah, I don't mind taking damage as much as I don't like when I don't hit a lot. That's the only time I'm like, oh god. So
Yeah, and
I
there's not a
wanted-
whole lot I can do about that.
Yeah, I know. It's not your fault. Obviously, it's just like, oh frick, I want to like do something, and so that's why I was like, I'm just gonna do magic missile one time.
I can turn the
It's
hacks off if you'd like.
useless.
Okay, so if you have nothing else to ask, which I'm guessing is not the case, he will stop for a moment. He will haste himself again. You watch his body start shimmering, and he will fly right off into the tree line. Without you guys slowing him down, he's going to make this trip and back.
Did you just use one for all?
I'm sorry?
Did you guys not watch My Hero Academia?
Oh, is that a...
The way the sound effect just made me think of like the electricity that around whenever Deku powers up. 1 pro, 10%.
He's clearly some kind of superhero, and you guys are now his Robins.
He's our Robin. Sorry.
Do you guys want to take the 5-minute break now, and then when we come back, you guys can figure out what you want to do, and
Or yeah, that's fine.
because it doesn't make sense to do a little RPing or go into whatever we're going to do next and then have to take a break in 10 minutes. So we're going to take a quick 5 right here. I hope everybody watching is having a good time, and we will be back in a couple of minutes to figure out what the party's going to do now that they've cleared their names. Maybe they're going to roll some dodgy dice and see what happens out in the...
Ugh, I severely need rest though before we go do another quest or something. This is the first time I've been. I mean, technically I'm not like super low on spell slots, but I have 0 3rd level and yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I already used my Arcane Recovery. We return to the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons. Caldania. I don't know what that is in the corner. I've drawn Saravak? What does it even mean? Thanks, Windows. I don't care what's trending on Reddit right now. Anyone back yet?
Nope, I'm not here.
I always figure you guys like someone stays behind and just like starts cursing like crazy during those 5 minutes. It just ends up on stream. There's nothing I can do about it.
I'm just during the break I attempt to make a absolutely broken magic item.
You can have 2.
Like
Well, that's the thing. You guys could. There's so much stuff you guys could do. I gave you a bunch of quests, but there's even other stuff you could do. You could go check out what owlbears are doing. You could go and you could go to Dapper Dan, collect your $2,000, then go find the Rat Woman, buy some things from her, then return to Dapper Dan and do the rest of the quest because he's going to give you money up front. Like the world is your oyster to Elowain.
No. Let's not go to Ratwoman until we've completed the quest because we need to buy some good stuff.
Yeah, and you also have got Clementine's name. You could go tell her that you guys have, you aren't
Or we
mange
could
whelps
completely-
anymore. You could just wander around town, seeing what dropping the name Honorclad gets you, like what that does for you. Or you could just go for some of the quests. We got a whole bunch of quests lined up. I mean, we're ready to go.
Other option we could do is simply leave town, go to another city, and wreck Clementine's life.
If you like the name Honorclad too, that could be potentially your group name if you want. That's why I came up with the title, because I was like, you guys can be the Honorclad.
That would be an awful thing to do to Clementine, wouldn't it?
What would be awful?
Just bouncing and wrecking Clementine's life.
It would be. I want to be Honorclad, like a comedy bit. Imagine the video game based on this campaign.
Ooh.
It'd be interesting, yeah. I forget who it was. I think it might have been Mandrake. I forget, who was talking about how one day they'll just make a video game that's as good as D&D. But I don't think
It's not possible.
I don't think you need to. Like, I believe they're different mediums. I don't think, for example, you're never going to write a movie that obsoletes the book of any book ever. They'll still be like reading the book and spending weeks or however long reading a book. It's a different experience. Just as I think playing D&D, the reason you play it is so that you can interact with a human being, and video games are, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are games where you play with other human beings, but that's what we're doing right now, so I don't know.
Here's the thing about some books are fundamentally unadaptable. Like Moby Dick, yes, you can get the plots more or less, but the point of Moby Dick has nothing to do with the plot. The point of Moby Dick is these weird meditations about the human soul, and it's weird, and these weird analogies about society and justice and etc. that, when you break them down, are super weird and disconcerting. And there are other books where the point of the book, where the plot is is very thin, and if you were just to read the plot, it would be like a 50 pages short story. But the book is 500 pages. It has the point of the book is not the plot or the character.
Well, I know I read the plot for, someone was talking about this, an old movie called Soylent Green.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? What are you talking about? What is this movie? It sounds insane. And I went and I looked at the plot, and I was like, oh man, this sounds like a crazy movie. Why has this not been redone? And then I watched some of the movie, and I'm like, oh, it's so much different, because a movie from, like, I think it's the 70s, it's just so much different than a movie today or a book today or any, like, it's just.
Well, I don't know why they remake stuff so much anyways. Half the time they remake movies that are like good movies. Like, you're supposed to remake movies that fell short, not movies that hit the mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, what they really are doing is they're cashing in on the nostalgia.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's the reason, like the artistic reason to remake.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's like,
if you're the artist, if you're the creator, you remake it because you want to do it better. But if you're the
that's why I enjoyed watching the live action Aladdin, even though I know it wasn't. They actually did stuff with it that was like, hey, how to take certain aspects of the movie that weren't as good, because it was still a fun movie, but there were little bits like Jasmine not being a real character, basically, and stuff like. They did that in this movie, and I just appreciated that, because it's watching them, they complement each other almost. So, with Lion King, you're like, this is the same movie, bro.
Yeah. It's just shot for shot. You're like, well, I don't need to watch it again, just like updated graphics. What's the point of that?
It's
The
whatever.
movie, like Casablanca. No, do not remake that.
Yeah, there's super good old classic. That's why I think it's interesting.
Well, they recently remade my most favorite video game of all time, so I mean.
Well, video games can be fun to remake, because the graphics, that's one of the big things with video games, is graphics and things do change. And
sometimes they make a game on what is fundamentally the wrong system for the kind of game it is.
Well, the thing is, when they remade it, everybody wanted it to be exactly identical, point for point, but updated graphics, and I'm like, well, I don't want to play the same game. There's already mods for it if you want to update the graphics. I want to play a new... I want to play something that's different, that like gives me a different angle. I want to feel the same things, but from different angles. You know, it's like I want to watch the same movie again, but from the perspective of a different character. That's what I want.
That would be cool. That would be fun if they. I would love if they. I really want to watch that one movie. It's like it's a full movie, but it's also separated into 2 movies or something weird. It's like, I think, who does it have in it? It's got, I think James McAvoy might be in it, but I'm not sure. It's got 2 people, and basically it's about like this woman is kidnapped or killed or something. It's like a disappearance of a woman, but it's from the guy's perspective and also from the woman's perspective, and they're like in a relationship. But it's like,
so you see them one after the other. That's
I
kind of
don't
cool.
even know. I think they shot like they have a version of it that's both of them.
Oh, so it's like actually 2 separate movies, but it's the same plot. But from that's awesome, actually.
Yeah, but there's also you can watch them. It's like from his perspective. Like the name of them is like the name of the movie, and then like from his perspective, and then from her perspective. And it's like I think in one like it seemed like you're not. I don't know. I think you have to like watch. I don't know. I haven't. I can't remember what it's called now.
I think it might just be called Her Perspective.
Maybe. But I think they have. There's like.
There is a movie called that. Let's see if that's even what it's about. If that's even the right movie. Anyways, you know what? I've got plenty of time to do this in an hour and a half from now. Let's get back into Dungeons and Dragons. This is why we're here.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah, you guys are now awesome. You guys all gain 3 levels immediately. What would you like to do? You're outside of Elwayne, considering your options. 2 of your party members are beat pretty badly. You're also short some spell slots and stuff, but it is the beginning of the day, so I'm not sure exactly what you guys want to do, because long resting right now doesn't really make sense. You could use the Pearl of Power during a short rest to get back one of those 3rd level spell slots, though.
I am going to cast a 3rd level healing word on myself.
You're going to use up your 3rd level spell slot when you could just take a short rest? I mean, you can do it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, short rest. Short rest.
I feel like you just did the exact opposite of what I was, trying to hint at. That you guys still have a whole day and you want to keep your long rest resources available.
Short rest with what's it called?
Yeah, I'll watch you guys do that. I don't need a short rest. So I can't get any
Oris
spell.
is fine too. So.
Me and Oris are gonna go back and hang out in the village where you guys sleep it off.
Well, Oris.
Unless you want to use your like you could recover. Like I said, you have the Pearl of Power as the wizard, right? And you also have your passive ability to recover spell slots. So maybe a short rest would get you your spell slots back.
I already used that one because remember we had that fight earlier with the other people.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess this is your 2nd fight of the day.
I haven't used any hit points, so suck it. But I'll use it.
You're right. I hadn't even considered that. Is that why Blanford went down so easily? Because he was already hurt?
No, I only used 1 hit. I was at max from 1 hit die.
Oris has no hit dice left. He used all 5 last time.
Oh, you got hurt. That's right. Okay.
I got bitch slapped by the Revenant, so...
I totally forgot that was... Is that something you guys want to do? Like, I was talking about it before everyone got back. There's tons of stuff for you to do. You could look into... Owlbears. Owlbears are a thing. You guys could look into helping Clementine. You guys could look into researching the Revenants. Like, there's so many... Like, you guys just... Whatever you want to do.
So,
Oris wants to research, I guess, to look through the libraries to see if he can find anything on the Mazgate, and I guess he'll look up Revenants while he's there as well.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, she'll drop off Rim at the
Academy? Yeah.
Yeah, so we can keep on training it up.
And I guess Oris compliments Rim on his efforts during the battle, even though he wasn't successful. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Doesn't mean it's for lack of skill.
He's a little bit happier. He's glad that you guys seemed to appreciate and weren't like, oh, get out of here, you idiot.
No, Oris was like, recognizing his attempts, I guess, because they were he kind of copied or followed Oris's, or I guess Oris kind of followed him in battle, kind of, but like in terms of like tactics, like, they both retreated and took shots from afar, kind of consistently. So.
Yeah, thank you. I hope that I can, I still hope I can get better and actually do a little bit more to help you guys out. But that wasn't really my forte. I've been dealing a little bit more with stealth and stuff, so yeah, hopefully a situation comes up where I can assist.
Okay. Well, I'm going to drop the 2 resting people. I'm going to drop Rim off at the academy. These 2 guys that are healing are going to go to the Greasy Goblin and chill for an hour. And then
and with 3 hit dice and Song of Rest, I get back to full. 1
Sounds
hit die
good.
left.
So you guys are going to do that, which means you're going to kind of be out of the... We're going to see what the other 2 do. The other 2 head together to the library. Do they have internet at the hotel? Like Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So they can watch Netflix while they're resting.
They haven't invented the automobile yet, but internet...
I'm gonna use Minor Illusion to replay put it on my hand to replay the battle where I'm the hero of the entire thing.
All right, sounds good.
First,
But you're short resting now. Let's handle the guys at the library.
May is going to tell while we're going just to tell Oris. So I think that I'm going to start writing down that we've done, because it feels like the bard who usually is supposed to tell our story is just telling his story. I just feel like it'd be nice for people in the future to know about that all of us put in effort.
Yeah, well, Oris has been, I guess, still maintaining his journal at nights. I don't know if he really mentioned it. It's just kind of...
Oh yeah, totally. Maybe we should, maybe at some point we can like put it all together and we can start writing up the...
I think you guys have the same backstory, don't you? The same not backstory.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The features and traits.
Background?
Yeah, background. Yeah, not backstory. Background.
Are you a sage also?
Yes, researcher. Yeah, exactly. So it makes sense that we're both at the library.
Yeah, I didn't know you were. I mean, I knew that you. I guess I probably assumed like acolyte or something.
Yeah, Oris is based on a character from a different universe, but he's adapted fairly well to this.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. So I guess we'll look up that stuff. Oh, you know what?
I'm sorry.
How long do we have? Because I need to copy some of these spells.
How much? What do you have? Money?
How much can we spend at the library? Because I need to copy these extra. I have like 3 more spells to add besides.
Okay. The ones you found is what you're saying. How long did a short rest is an hour? You got about an hour in the library. You could stay longer, but the rest of your team might be off doing other things, or might want you to come with them, or something.
Can I spend the time separately? So we're gonna like do an hour later.
Oh, why? Because how long does it take you to get one spell?
Well, there's 2 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours because it depends on the level of.
Oh yeah. Well, how about you don't start doing any spells with this hour? You're just gonna do like general researching or something.
Okay.
I think you are supposed to do it all at once. I would let you split it up if you had the spell book with you, but because you have to like leave it there and then come back to it later, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being kind of a dick about it. As a DM, maybe I should just let you do it because I'm not sure why I feel it doesn't work that way.
It's okay. I don't really mind. I don't think it's really a big deal either, honestly. Because
There'll be tons of downtime for that kind of stuff. You sleep only 4 hours a night anyways, so.
Yeah, so I just need to go another. Last night I did Erupting Earth. Tonight I can do something else, and if I have any more library, use it for that too. I really just want to grab the Anime Dead one and see if I can ever use that, because zombies sounds fun.
Zombies aren't as good as skeletons. Skeletons will shoot.
Well, skeletons.
Well then. Just COVIDed my whole stream.
Digging.
Well, what do you guys want to... Sorry, what are we doing at the library? I'm just confirming. You guys show up. The librarian's happy to see our friend. I believe you have a book signed out too, don't you? You have like a kid's book on
I'll
Ava.
in there. I don't. I don't.
You just put it back. You're just like, I don't care about this. And Orsa's, slightly curious, but it's too late. You're already giving it back. It's just like,
Well, it was
standard.
it was just about Ava, not Avis. I've been watching
Avis.
the Orville. Sorry. Ava. It was like a book about her. I'm sure I read it last night. It's not super heavy reading. So, Oris, do you want to? I can look up one while you look up the other. I already looked up the Mazgate a little bit. Do you want me to look up that more while you look up Revenants, or?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Can the two of you give me investigation?
No.
Can the two of you give me some roll that's going to be affected by exhaustion?
Mine's +0.
Mine's plus good, but it doesn't matter because I think it's +7. Yeah,
Can,
+7.
can I sneak through the library with my +7 stealth?
Stealthily.
Why do you need to do that?
So that I get a better roll?
You can
Okay,
definitely
I
roll
got
stealth.
17.
You can definitely roll stealth, but it's not going to help you find books.
My investigation was fine.
It would actually slow down your investigating if you have to like close books very silently.
Well, it looks like we're still a little better than me.
Yeah, you guys, you're investigating stuff. So we wanted to know a bit about revenants. Do you want to know anything in specific? It doesn't take you very long to find information on revenants, actually. Especially with a 17. There's a book on them. You find actually a couple of books in the same section. So basically, you can just ask me what you're interested in knowing about revenants, and I can fill in the blanks.
Look up the stat block.
How to, like, just I guess what they are and how to. The interesting thing is that I guess Oris probably wouldn't have even known to look them up because he wouldn't have known what they were. Maybe, I don't know. Is that what this role would have helped me find out?
You told me what you were looking for before you rolled, though.
Yeah, I know, but
I think he meant.
okay, maybe I mean I was investigating how what's his name came back to life.
Oh, I see. But you didn't know he was a revenant. Although you
No,
guys,
exactly.
I forget how you guys figured it out. I think I may have just you guys discerned it at some point. But I mean, I guess that wouldn't have been your whole party. You would have had to discuss that with each other from the characters that are more likely to figure that out. Yeah. So you're looking for you're just looking for general books on people coming back from the dead and stuff, and you do find about a revenant, which is the form of an angry mortal soul that gets trapped or not necessarily trapped, but stays in the material plane and tries to kill those that wronged it. Specifically, usually it's those that killed him in his past life, or her, I suppose. And you learn that the way a revenant works is that if the body is destroyed, that their soul will take 24 hours to find a new body, and then will attempt to enact its revenge again. And you also learn that it lasts. Keep in mind though, it won't just 1v1 you over and over again. It's going to try to come up with a plan of action because you guys are stronger than a revenant. So if your concern is every morning I have to fight a revenant, it's well, it probably won't be every day because he has to find people to hire to help him or set up a trap or trick you in some way.
Corner me one-on-one or something.
Yeah, that could happen as well. If you guys decide to just take long rests in the wilderness, there's always a chance that Oris is going to wake up to a revenant attack. Because this thing, or Blanford actually, Blanford/Zazie, because now he knows. He thought Zosimus was dead, but now that he knows it's not, he's on his hit list. And you know that the revenant only lasts for 1 year. That after 1 year, the soul has to give up if it hasn't succeeded, which is a long time to have a cursed monster coming after you. The books don't mention anything about a way of defeating the revenant permanently. You do see some books that you're not sure how truthful they are in it, that suggest things that seem a little strange to you. One of them was like, if you just douse holy water in its mouth while holding its eyes closed. And another one's like, if you put gold coins on its eyes while rubbing its belly and say Anukshuk backwards 3 times. You hear some weird ones. You hear one that's like, that if you burn them with like blue fire, that might work, but you're not really sure what that means. You find another one that's like, maybe you don't kill them, you just like lock them in a room somewhere, and then they will just have to get out of the room. But I mean, maybe that doesn't work. It does not indicate if a revenant can willingly give up the body it's in, and then take on a new body. If you were to do something like trap it. So you're not sure about that. I know that was something that got suggested before. Maybe like, trap him in the Shadowfell. What will happen? And you know what? You guys don't know. And as the book has explained to me, and some of my researching it's up to my discretion on that, something like that, because the book does not specifically say how that works for a revenant, because they don't give that much information on creatures. They just tell you the basics, and then it's up to the DM to kind of fill in the blanks. You do know that they have an infinite range tracking on their hated targets. So you cannot outrun them. They will always know where you are and will always be able to find you. Which is like a slight side grade to what the diviners can do, where they have a long range, but it's everything instead of just the person that they hate.
So are there other books? Okay, so is this what I learn in an hour of research?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You read through a few books, and this is the important nuggets of information you're discerning as you're reading through.
I mean, those book names.
Decent Googling for an hour.
When I get one out of the library, those are the names of the books that he was talking about.
yeah. I was just listing titles. Actually, I wasn't even giving you information. But yeah, about an hour, you find revenant information. And you found that this stuff wasn't that hard to get. And something you may not know about the library, because the other guys got described it before you came back, is that the library has a main section and it has a restricted section. The main section you're allowed to check the books out if you want, and the restricted section you have to do things there. And the restricted section is where May found a spell book last time, so that's why he has to return to go there to like write stuff down or what have you. They don't let you check those books out. But the revenant information you found is more readily available. It's in the public section.
So, what about the Mazgate? That's what I was going to look at. I know I looked it up.
Sure. Do you know what specifically you're trying to know about the Mazgate? I know you guys just love to say, I would like to know everything about the Mazgate, please.
Oh, I don't know.
I would like everything.
What to find about it. I just want to find it in the library first, and then I don't know if there's... I don't know how much information I don't know enough about it, really, I guess.
Okay. So you, like, when you look for books about Ava, you find in similar sections of the library, you find general books about the Mazgate. You find some that are even, like, kid-oriented, like the one you found before, where they explain the Mazgate, but in a very nice and childish way, almost like Everybody Poops, but for Mazgates. Man, my chair is fricked. I need to get a new chair. It's like the next thing I'm gonna buy. You find oh, that's gonna really be painful now. But you find some more like reliable information, some like adult books that talk about the Mazgate, and you even find some records that talk about the last times that they fought the Mazgate in the last like couple hundred years. There's been a bunch of bloody battles. Tons of people have died fighting the Mazgate. You even find some information about the Black Fang, talking about him specifically, as well as some other possible diviner names. You hear names and you're like, I think they're being talked about in the same respect that the Black Fang was being talked about. And you kind of relate them back to some of the stories that you were told as a child, which, if you remember, you had heard about the Black Fang, but didn't know the Black Fang was this hermit living outside your town for the 30 years you've been alive, because you've been told stories about. So some of this is bringing back your memories, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember hearing these fairy tales as a child, and about these great victories and these kinds of things. But the Mazgate itself didn't come up so much as the heroic efforts of these people. You know that it takes large force, like a large army, basically the entire unified force of the Elven nation to fight the Mazgate. When they do it, there's heavy losses. The Mazgate moves, and they can clear away a lot of the portals and rifts that get ripped open into the Shadowfell and the Feywild. You also know that the vast majority of the deaths don't come from the Mazgate itself. They come from the things that come out of those portals. The Mazgate itself is a giant humanoid creature, but it's not like terribly violent or destructive. It just kind of sits there.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so if you can kind of picture it, I guess if you wanted to, you see some pictures in the book, so if you can kind of picture it like the Titans from Attack of the Titans, but like instead of skin, it's black, kind of like the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, if you will, and also.
I was imagining those big black things from Bleach.
Sure, yeah, those are very similar. But more, the specific feature you get from it is, as much as it looks like this shadowy dark figure, it's also got like black smoke constantly billowing out of it when it's depicted, like just like this smoky trail behind it. So when you see it in a picture, it's like a man standing, and that takes up like a part of the page, but then like the entire smoke trail back is like many times longer than the height of the Mazgate. And you know the Mazgate to be a very large creature, possibly in the closing in on maybe like 80 feet tall. So you imagine this trail of smoke potentially, and some of the entries do talk about this a little bit, that that the smoke that billows around it and behind it can like sometimes cover an entire city, just because of the like smoky, smoggy blackness that it inks. So
Maybe note that maybe this is a good patron.
You're gonna become a warlock?
I mean, maybe if she meets it, maybe it'll be a patron.
Maybe it'll form a pact bond with you.
Ray Old was like such a fun one with the telepathy. But actually, I was thinking this might not be something there's an actual book about, but one of her like objectives with it is to, basically to like stop it or do something about that. Mm-hmm. It seems like there is a book about that. That might not be. It might be.
So you do find a lot of books that just kind of accept it as a natural existence, that it's just always been and always will be, and there isn't much. There's talk about causing it to move so that there isn't any issues for a while, but no books are touching on the like how to defeat or like remove it. It's almost like it's not even a thought that people of Ava have.
Kind of like that orb that grew in the middle of the road or whatever, the dome.
the Crackle Forge, which is kind of a weird. I think about it now. I'm like, why did I call it that? It's not a forge, but whatever. That's what I called it. It sounded cool.
I still want to check it out.
Inside, cool. There's a bunch of ghost forging stuff in there.
And maybe you haven't gone there yet. But you do, after a while, you get a little fed up with not getting the results you want, and so you go into the restricted section to see if you can find anything a little bit more, maybe forbidden knowledge or something of that regard. And you do find a book that has mentions of the Mazgate and someone that tried to defeat it. Actually, you know what you find? This is what you find. I'm going to give this to you because it's sweet. You find an old scientific journal by a scientist called Finnegan. You find his journal, and in this journal, you find that he finds like oddities in the world, and he writes them down, and he gets as much information on them and as he can. And sorry?
I said that's cool.
Oh, okay. So one of the things, he does mention the Mazgate, and he has some theories of how possibly to defeat the Mazgate, but clearly he's not seen as, or he wasn't in his time if he's dead, because it is his journal. It's unlikely that he's alive, but it's possible still that Finnegan lives. his suggestions aren't highly respected, but it seems to mention something about possibly combining the powers of the Feywild and the Shadowfell to banish the Mazgate. It doesn't give specifics, but he has this theory that if you can somehow combine two halves of the coin, you can seal away or get the Mazgate to leave the material plane permanently. He also, interestingly, as you're flicking through this journal, because you're like kind of intrigued by it, you notice that it mentions something about a different oddity that you are curious about as well, which is the Grey Folk. He mentions spending many years on the project with almost no results on the Grey Folk at all. It seems once you get the disease, it's lifelong, but doesn't kill you. He also warns that there may be... he thinks there might actually be a second symptom, other than your skin just turning gray, which is what everyone assumes. He doesn't explain in the journal how he knows this or what he tested to figure this out, but he learned that the flesh of a person with a Grey Folk person has a different taste to it. And he doesn't go into detail as to how he knows that. Did he eat his own flesh? Did he eat someone else's flesh? Doesn't quite say, and you're not really that interested in knowing. I don't know. But he theorizes that it's possible that whatever causes the Grey Folk disease might actually be something preparing like a feast. Like that it's meant to be a reseasoning of the populace, and that at some point he thinks there may be some kind of culling or thing come to eat them. It's a little out there and a little crazy, but that's what you get from Finnegan's journal.
That's awesome.
I hope you guys liked me doing that.
Is that in the restricted section?
It is in the restricted section, yes. So you can't take it with you. And he does have some other oddities that didn't tickle your fancy, and you only have an hour, so you decided that you'll have to come back and look at Finnegan's journal in the future, possibly.
Down. Is it something? Is there a publication date, or like how recent it was?
It's it's his like personal journal.
Is there?
So it was never published. It was just like an old, like leather-bound journal that he had written in while he was doing his research.
So it's a reference. It's a reference, like an ISBN number.
I guess he would write down. I guess he would date his entries. It's interesting. He doesn't seem to put the year, but he does date. You can track them and you can see things in chronological order, but you don't know how many years old the book is. The book looks oldish. Like it looks like it's seen some years. So you're gonna guess possibly half a human lifetime to longer for the age of the book itself.
It's like 50
plus years, yeah, probably for the age of the book.
Are there any names that are mentioned that could be?
I don't know, Blanford. You're not there.
Sorry.
I know you're itching. You're like, I want all this. It's so good. Okay.
Sorry. I actually in IRL I've done really good. I do research a lot, and this is the kind of thing that I would actually be really good with, and I could think out the right question.
Well, you're gonna have to. May's gonna have to tell you about it, and you're gonna have to come back, and then you can pick the DM's brain about it a bit more.
Oh, we can look. I don't really have time. But I want to see if I can just ask the librarian if she knows anything about it or anything about the author, if there's not like an author's page since it's just a journal.
Yeah, no, there is no author. Like it is just like his personal journal. It's just sometimes books get brought to the library that are just like research work instead of like a published novel or something like that.
Does the librarian know anything? Or?
So you go back and you meet with Oris because your hour's basically up and you're going to go meet up with the rest of the party. You can still come back and do more research if you guys love the library, and that's all we want to do. I mean, I have some more library stuff planned, but if you guys only want to live in the library, I might need to come up with more stuff for you guys.
Oh, no, I mean, we're done for now, probably.
So yeah, you go to the librarian and you can't even take you can't even take restricted material outside of the restricted section of the library.
I'll
So,
just ask.
so yeah, you have to put it back, and then you go out and you ask her about Finnegan, and she doesn't seem to know who that is, and she just kind of says, "It's not the library. Like, there's been more than one librarian at this library, and she doesn't remember a book like that coming in. Although we have lots of books, and there are some that don't look interesting to me, and she just ignores them. So sadly, she doesn't give you any extra information."
You're a really good librarian. May quietly rolls her eyes. Ignoring books.
The books can be your information. You don't need me to tell you.
I mean, you like work here, so it's helpful. And you, anyways, okay.
I maintain the library. I don't. I'm not Wikipedia.
Well, you guys don't have computers, so you're supposed to be the computer. You know that the word computer used to refer to human beings, right? So maybe elves can do that too.
Maybe she's just being a dick. You don't know. You didn't roll. You do want to make a check?
Sure, I'll roll insight. Advantage, so. And I don't have much. What is my plus to insight? +1. Awesome.
So whatever. Okay. Yeah. You take her word for it. For a second, you wonder if she's just trying to get rid of you and finds you annoying. But then you notice, and I haven't been role playing it, but when she speaks to you, I keep forgetting to say it, but it happens more often than you start forgetting about it. In fact, as the DM, forget about it. But they do refer to you as my child a lot, and for some reason, you see that as a sign of like. Actually, in all fairness, maybe giving her the term honorclad may. I'm going to say you guys have already left, and if you want to return and give her that information later to see if she is more forthcoming with information, you can do that at a different time. But the rest of you finally all meet back up at the Greasy Goblin. You got some information on the Mazgate, you got some information on Revenants, and the other two of you managed to heal back the majority of your heartache from that day. But we have 3 players who can't really take short rests to gain hit points back. And I would say we're maybe now getting around the lunchtime, noonish part of the day. It's up to you guys what you want to do. Now that you're all back together and you explain to Fjorn and Blanford what you've learned.
Yeah, we learned a lot of stuff. The Grey Folk thing, I learned that, well, I don't know if I learned as much as, it sounds like it could be a lifelong disease, so like it's something that just never goes away, which I think we kind of assumed that anyways, but it's, someone had the same opinion. And then there's one symptom that I found really odd, but I'm not sure the book seemed like it had some other evidence. Essentially, they said that the flesh tastes different than regular human flesh, which is regular humanoid flesh, which is a little odd.
Different as in better, worse, just
it didn't really say, it just said different, but the suggestion beyond that, which is a little bonker, they said that maybe it's some kind of to season the population for something's particular taste.
Better. Okay.
Well, it might not be better to you guys, but it could be better for them. Whatever. If there's a creature that's seasoning you, it doesn't mean that your palate's going to be the same as that monster, right?
It just said different. So, I mean, I don't think regular human.
Yeah, how does he know that? Like, how does he first know what the flesh is supposed to taste like, and then that it's different?
Let's try it out. I respect the science. Trying to get every bit of information you can. Anyways,
that actually falls in line with what we were saying about the oddity of how it's communicated. It's about culling the population of people who are about how this is a disease that is communicated through compassion and And if this is a disease that culls the compassionate, that falls in line.
Not really. I mean, it makes it seem less like it's Ava. To me, it's like it was Ava because she seemed to be a very neutralized god. With this, it gives like a different kind of entity that might want to actually eat people.
Or it makes Ava into a evil god who's pretending to be neutral. Or it's the Mazgate pretending to be a neutral Ava in order to undermine Ava.
Mazgate's pretty neutral. Doesn't really do anything but be neutral.
Or it could be Mazgate cultists. I have no idea. We have no. This is, but there is something going on here, but we don't have enough evidence to.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that these theories are really holding anymore. But
we don't have enough to build a case.
No, I just gonna share it.
Yeah, you don't have enough. Yeah, I will confirm as the DM that you do not. If you were to return to the Shrine of Saloon, which I believe is, or was it Ava that? Who?
Oh, this was Saloon.
Yeah, Saloon asked for the Grey Folk. I'm pretty sure that's what I did on purpose. Yeah, that this is still not enough information. That if you went to them, they would probably shoot you. They would say this is not worth anything to them yet. So.
Wait, what was the thing with Saloon?
That's why.
Grey Folk is a Saloon quest.
Yeah, the whole Grey Folk thing is a Saloon quest line. They wanted you to find information on the Grey Folk, and they haven't told you what kind of reward you'll get for it yet, and they don't even seem that that expectant that you will be able to.
I didn't even realize it was a quest from like a certain spot. We were just trying to trying to do better. That's cool though.
Yeah.
So we have possible. There's a possible way this could go, but it's it's just messy. It doesn't work. If you
What's messy? Eating human flesh?
No, like all of the theories that we have so far are just too messy to present.
Yeah. You feel like you're getting close. You probably need like one more big key piece of evidence to push it into. The DM is meta telling you you're 2/3 completed.
Yes.
I don't think, yeah. So, what do you guys want to do next? I see that Fioren's pretty drunk over there. What do you want to do?
He's starting bar fights.
Fioren, she's like trying to like wave him as he's like doing something.
Picks up and tosses Blanford out the window.
That wasn't Blanford that I threw out the window.
Oh.
Fioren should just grab those magical dice and roll them.
Oh, please.
I mean, probably not. Maybe not the two of them at the same time.
Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
What? Oh, you guys have plans? Anything
Or just
interesting?
wants to go cliff jumping just to show off his slow fall.
Maybe later, Oris, but
I'm going to do
whenever.
I'm going to do sleight of hand and try and get the dice.
From May when she returns?
Yes.
All right.
They're
That's a
probably
fail.
holding. I don't know how well you can get in there.
Oh yeah, they're in the bag of holding. So you'd have to steal the bag first, which is going to be pretty
Well.
obvious.
Harder.
12, so no.
Yeah, his passive is your passive perception 11 actually?
It's 14.
Oh, okay, good. Then I don't have to worry about this.
I mean, either way, I think it'd be a much harder check to steal a bag off somebody's bank.
Yeah.
So that's a fail.
Yeah. To the point where May is aware that you're trying to take.
What do you
Take
want, Blanford? Stop trying to reach in my bag.
I have the dice.
It is. You could have just asked for the bag of holding first because it has communal items in it that you all are storing.
I'm just carrying it. You can have the dice.
I'll
And then
roll that.
one in my pocket, actually. I'm just kidding. Check me. No,
I'd like to roll them to see what happens.
wait, don't roll both of them.
Yeah,
I had a. It seems like there's something that could happen.
I know.
I rolled them a lot. I only give you one of them. I'll roll the other one.
I want to roll them both.
Well, then we have to leave the village. Or this
Fine.
town. The town city village.
Town
let's
City
do
Bill.
that.
Yep.
Let's roll. I want to roll them both.
The place of people living.
Fine.
The TCV.
Both of them.
Are you rolling? What's the plan here?
I want to roll the dice. Both of them.
We're gonna leave the village then, maybe, but
Okay, so you guys are gonna head out again, not too far away from where you had your more recent encounter with the Black Fang, because you're still feeling like, yes, we're the best. Does everyone agree to this? Because there is, I crunched the numbers, and there's like a 20 out of 36 chance that this summons a combat.
I'm just gonna roll one, and you can roll the other.
All right.
Okay, well then you guys could have done it in the.
Come on.
War is
Oh,
going.
look, it's not a terrible
Two.
one.
Hey, your exhaustion might end.
2
Might.
on my end.
No, it's not a 2 on your end. You just gotta show up. It's gotta show up.
Arr!
I got a 3. What's a 3? I don't have the page. Let me hold on. I got my notebook.
I'm trying to find it. Is everyone aware of the dice? I think we went over them last time, right?
5.
Damn. I wanted a 2.
Oh, 5 is exhaustion. Yeah.
I did get a 3. Oh shit! I got the cool one. I got the
The dragon?
Dragon.
Yeah, you did. You got the necklace. Yeah, it comes up. You roll a 2 dice. The skull comes up for Blanford, and he feels that drain from him again. He's like, again. But then May rolls it, and she watches it as it comes up skull, and then like hits a crack in the floor and flips over onto the 3. And the dragon looks at you, and it glows red for a second. And on your person, a necklace of fireballs appears around your neck with a single bead on it.
Yes, finally.
Which, if anyone is curious, he can throw it to basically cast fireball.
It's
You're gonna save those up, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, unless I need to, I have the spells. It's not like I need to. Unless
Here's the option of putting that bead in someone's food. They bite it.
just throw it.
Spicy.
So, just so we're aware, and this is something I had to look up for magic items, but you do need to like do an incantation and like do a little ritual within the 6 seconds to activate magic items or potions or what have you.
I think there's probably a command where it's only like fireball jitsu. And,
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, like, I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm just saying if you're going to use it, it's not like an explosive, right? It's a magical item that needs to be activated. So technically, you could probably activate it and put it into a drink, and then the DM might give you like D4 minutes until it goes off or something. Like that you don't even know how many minutes. I'll just roll and be like, okay, you don't know when it's gonna happen.
I just want to take the now empty, now mostly empty bottle of elven wine and make a cocktail out of it. I'm just kidding.
Fireball, from like the drink.
Fireball Molotov cocktail.
It's like, oh yes, I love cinnamon flavored schnapps or whatever.
If you handed that bottle of corn, it's definitely not got anything in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's an empty bottle of wine. I'm gonna say you guys did have an inventory. I'm gonna say your inventories are empty of elven wine at this point. But you are in a city that is all elves with a place that sells alcohol, and you can.
I need to check, how much money do I have?
You could probably just get away with being like, I'm honor-clad, and they'll be like, all right, here's some drinks.
Oh my god, that also means tonight I get rid of my exhaust. Thanks.
No, you don't get rid of it unless you're doing a long rest as well.
I mean, tonight I'll get rid of it.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. You've still got about half a day. That doesn't mean you have to do anything. You could just.
I'd like to play some music, kind of like a slow ballady thing, where just in the street, just play music.
Okay. And as you're playing, Clementine wanders back in. She says hi to you, hi, and she comes back in and she says hi to everybody. Hey everyone. I know you guys already had work today, but if you wanted more. She still feels kind of bad about how she sent you to, a trap this morning.
We could probably do something. I'm a little tired at the moment, but I don't see what you can do.
Oh yeah, we're not main whelps anymore.
Oh, really? Truly? How did that happen so quickly?
Because we're that good.
Our ways.
How much do we owe you?
I'll have to go to the temple and find out exactly how. You know what? I'm certain that I can work it off if I just help you a little longer and take my fee. I did get some from the one this morning. That worked towards it. Honestly, I'll let you know, but you don't feel obligated to. I'm at your service.
Awesome.
By the way, what's the things that you have at the moment? Oh, I could do something terrible. I don't want. Oh no.
What? What are you mumbling about, Blanford?
He rolls the dice again.
No. I was about to do something terrible. I decided not to do it. So what are you? So what's this thing you were thinking about having us do?
Oh, it's the same work as before. There was helping Dapper Dan. There was the Crackled Forge. There is speaking to One-Eyed Saul. There's another escort quest, a merchant. She doesn't call it a quest. That's just me being stupid. Pardon?
Who's One-Eyed Saul?
One-Eyed Saul.
One-Eyed Saul is the hunter who wants to go off and hunt monsters.
Yes.
Oh.
He's a monster hunter that's looking for companions to help him take down large game. He didn't give me the details because he says that usually scares away people. But if you wanted to speak with One-Eyed Saul, he can give you the details on his next big hunt. And he will pay you. Well, actually, you mentioned that, Oris. It's something that came up and yet no one has wanted to come back to, and it's okay, we don't have to, for sure. But at the Temple of Saloon, the Shrine of Saloon, when Blanford was there, one of the days you were gone, he learned that, because Saloon is the god of the moon and owls and that kind of thing, they use owl bears in the city for ceremonial purposes. So behind the shrine is like a stable for there's only a few. There's 2 or 3. I didn't say how many. He saw 2 or 3 owl bears. And they wear they have adorned with ceremonial stuff when they get pulled out to be used. And he was pretty certain that if he spoke with the owner of the establishment, he might be able to learn how to acquire or tame your own owlbears. So if you're curious about owlbears, that's not a quest because the reward is you get an owlbear mount. But it is kind of a quest line if you guys are interested in. Because obviously you made a big deal about it earlier when you tried to animal handling owlbears, so I thought I would throw that in forever ago.
That's a you singular, not a you plural.
Well, it's not a bad thing to have mounts. Notably, no one has asked for this, but because moving beyond Elwayne, I haven't given you any hooks to really travel beyond Elwayne, but if you did want to, it's not all thick foresty brush. There are open lands and roads, and there are stables for riding horses here as well. So if that's something you guys were interested in, for much cheaper and with just the cost of basic horse keeping, it's way easier than having an owlbear. You guys could have horses as well.
Next time we go to the library, we should look for a map, even just a small one or something that shows us sort of where things are.
Sure. Yeah, I do have the plan to give you guys a map of Elwayne at some point, but I haven't made it yet. So.
Oh, I just mean out. So we if we travel somewhere.
Oh, you do have the map of Caledonia, but yeah, you don't have the map of the Elven Nation.
Do we have an actual map of Caledonia in our possession?
Oh, do you actually?
I don't know.
I don't think maybe you guys never did. No, you never went to the cartographer, did you? I just ended up showing this to you at one point because I was like, you guys never went to the card. You made a big deal about maps, and then you never went to get it. But you could probably find this map specifically if you wanted it. It would probably be, in all honesty, it would probably be less about Ironfell and more about the Elvenlands. But I'll give you that specific map if you want at some point.
Oris wants to check out this dome forge thinger, but
That's probably the easiest one to not do any combat, because we have to do combat otherwise for everything else.
combat's okay. Just not a ton of it.
Like, I'm lower on spells and people are lower on health, dice stuff, so maybe doing... Plus now we actually have stuff moving forward, so I don't mind like taking extra time to go investigate a thing. Before was like, felt a little bit more time intensive.
Yeah, you're kind of waiting for the Black Fang to return anyways, so...
Yep. Okay. I'm good with Crackle Forge. Crackle Forge? Crackle Forge? Crackle Forge? Point at everybody and say Crackle Forge? Crackle Forge? Crackle Forge? Crackle Forge? Yeah, Crackle Forge?
Awesome. Crackles for 4G. Okay, cool.
Oh, everybody nods because nobody's answering me.
Yes, Crackleforge. So like they're trying to get us to do instead of Dapper Dan.
It seems
Dapper Dan
dungeony.
offers more money.
Yeah, he even offered you money up front to just accept the job. Obviously, if you accept the job, take $2,000 from him, and then just ignore him for 2 days, you're probably going to run into some issues. But
But like Dapper Dan offers money, but the Crackleforge fixes a big issue for the town, and that's more important.
yeah, you'll definitely, even already being honor-clad, you're going to get like renown within the city.
We'll be bound now, and then we'll be honor.
Bound plus. Yeah, think of your honor-bound thing being like a beside. It's like a title, but then you also have a renown level that's like in my mind.
Honor plus.
Yeah.
Honor 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if you guys are down, how much time do we got left? Oh, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Is there like a store in the village that sells potions?
Village
Oris wants to try and pick up
city.
some healing potions if we can.
You know those
Yeah,
dice
wait up.
make healing potions.
What? Who? What?
Those dice make healing
Oh,
potions.
those dice aren't helping Oris. He's not interested in getting tired.
You guys
buy
could have. That's the other thing about the exhaustion that kind of confused me is that you don't have to have the same person rolling them every time. You could have spread it out so that everybody. So that's why I'm like, May had exhaustion for like 3 days, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, if Fjorn had rolled it instead, or
A budding
Jordan
gam-
had-
right?
but no, that's okay.
How much are healing potions? Because I'd like to go buy so much we can.
Okay,
That's what Oris was saying.
so Oris can roll investigate. Well, okay. So is this what you guys want to do? Go together as a group and look for
Healing
potions
from-
before you.
Hey guys, really quick, I think that it's a good idea to grab some, but I actually know that Rim is trying to get some learning in. He's got a herbalism kit. Sorry, he has like an herbalism kit that he's trying to practice with, so he can actually make healing potions. It does take a little while and stuff, but just going forward, it's a good idea to have some. But I think that we'll be able to basically mechanically he can make them for like half price if he gets the ingredients and stuff, which are going to be easier to find than Potion Master.
Okay, so let's get how much. So we need to get kits. We need to get herbalism kits and put a bunch of herbalism kits and.
Well,
You only need one herbalism kit.
he already has one.
But we need to get how much are the potion ingredients?
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe
So-
May Smarsh, you might know, but he would be the one that would know how to buy it because he knows what he needs.
Does he?
Right.
Did he take? Sorry. Does he already have it? Proficiency?
Yes, herbalism kit.
Okay. Does he have the item? Did you start him with it?
Yeah, because I think he has the. I mean, check his equipment. I think he started with Yeah, he has it.
Okay.
He had the background,
So
guild artisan or whatever.
sweet, yeah. So as you guys travel around, and you ask around a little bit. Actually, you know what? You don't ask around. You just say, Clementine, is there an alchemist here in town? And she says, yes, of course. I can help you with that. For some reason, I didn't come up with a name for it, but I do have. We'll just call it Lloyd's because the owner is named Lloyd. So.
Bobblehead Lloyd?
Or no, it's not Lloyd. It's
Floyd.
Loyal. Why did I
Lloyd.
pronounce it like that? Lloyl. That's his name. That's his name. I wrote it like 3 months ago. We're gonna keep it that way. Lyle, but with an O. So it's not Lyle. It's Loyal.
Lloyd.
I think that was actually what I was going for. Was the word loyal but spelt weird.
That's what it sounds like.
So that's his name. His name is Loyal.
And he makes love potions.
And he makes oily potions. Oily potions. Yeah, so she gives you the basic directions, and it doesn't take you long to find the place because Clementine is awesome and she helps you. And as long as she's helping you and you're not helping her, you don't have to worry about the Mage Wealth thing. Actually, it wasn't mentioned, but now that you guys are honor-clad, you will never get that. You'll never get Mage Wealth again just by like contacting people. The only way you could possibly get it is by betraying, like Ava directly, like burning down a temple.
What if we like betray our friends?
Yeah, betraying. Like, see, you don't exist in an army, so you can't actually be deserters a second time. So, yeah, getting it back, you'd have to like actively like attack the god somehow. Like, I don't even really know the framework of how you would have to do it, but it would have to be pretty insane.
We gotta stick it to the man, we get it, or the woman.
And then even one temple might not be enough. They might be like, yeah, but even they were honor-clad, maybe they meant to. But that's the thing about Ava is that she's a god and she can just kind of do whatever she wants. So I mean, but for now, I don't know if I've been implying it, but the diviners kind of smell it on you, and that's why he took a deep breath and was like, no, you guys aren't mage whelps anymore. I don't know if I did a good job implying that fun little tidbit or not. Anyways, you arrive at Loyal's, and it's a nice quaint shop. There's like a smokestack that's going. You think that maybe he's like cooking something inside, and you go in and you meet a male elf, Ava elf named Loyal, and he also has a small wolf pet that runs around the shop named Buckles. That's always just running around having a good time. He's kind of smaller than a regular wolf. He's kind of like the runt wolf, like kind of like almost like a puppy. And yeah, so when you guys come in, he's like running around. He's like sniffing you guys and being nice to you guys. And Loyal's little Buckles the wolf.
As we walk in, May is gonna quietly say to Blanford, maybe talk to the dog and see if we can get some good deals.
Another thing you notice as you guys come in is that Dapper Dan is actually in the establishment as well. He's just kind of like hanging out there.
I'm gonna use animal friendship on the doggo.
Sure.
Hey, we haven't met Dapper Dan, so I probably wouldn't even recognize him.
That's true. The only person who physically met Dapper Dan was Blanford. Everybody else just heard about him through Clementine.
I'll go up to him. I'll walk past him and say, "You look pretty dapper, sir," and then keep going.
I'm just gonna play with the dog a bit while the
4 or higher? Yeah, it's not 4 or higher, right? And then it fails. Otherwise, the beast must seize another. It's not going to fight against you. It's going to accept it, right?
I'm just gonna play with the doggo and you know.
Animal.
What does it do?
Just makes it.
Oh, it's just charmed by you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thinks he is and stuff.
Like I just
Yeah.
I just get
That
him
sounds
to
good.
be very friendly with me and it charms.
He already was, but now he's super, super in love with you. He was originally, like kind of bugging everyone's heels a little bit, but now he's just like won't leave your side at this point.
And he's like, he's just like, and so while he's doing that, I'm going to while he's basically in love with me, I'm just going to
Don't do what you did to that rabbit. We're not eating the dog.
I'm going to pick him up and put him on the counter and petting him. We're going to start negotiations.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to have him on the
Sounds good. So May also steps to Dapper Dan and says, "Oh, you're Dapper," and he says, "Oh yes, you guys must be the adventuring group. I recognize the one. I'm hoping you're still considering my offer. I could really use your help."
You're here to talk, okay. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we got a lot of different offers. Ruin, we definitely want to come, but
I'm not surprised, in all honesty. You look very capable.
Our
Yeah.
hunting skills in the past have proven very terrible.
well, he wants us to go help in the Shadowfell, and we've been there before. Remember?
We have, how long do we have? We have like 5 offers on the table at the moment.
Isn't he the hunting guy?
Wow, that's a lot.
No, that's one-eyed soul. Dapper Dan.
Never mind.
Dapper Dan's offering you $2,000 up front and $2,000 in gold. On his safe return, he wants you to go to the Shadowfell, some distance out of town. He knows of a portal to go into the Shadowfell, then some distance in the Shadowfell. He hasn't really said how long, but probably under a day's total round trip. To get a flower that he needs, and you're now learning because he needs to do some alchemy with it, and that's why he's in the alchemist shop.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're using it for? Cause
that's a secret for my client. I'm sorry, I can't give you any more information.
Question about this.
Wait, Dapper Dan is a client?
Yeah, yes, I need to make this potion, and I need to find the ingredients, and make what I'm doing here, and then who I am employed by will.
So he's like a middleman?
Question about this question to the Shadowfell. We, on our travels, we've come across 2 entrances to the Shadowfell, and we want to know if they're the same one. Could you describe, in general terms, what this entrance would look like?
It's not
Was
that.
it like a...
It's a large circular stone portal that's always open.
That sounds dope as heck. Wait, it's always open? So people can just like come from the Shadowfell in.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Is it-
different. That's a third. We know of 2 different places that are totally distinct from those. That's interesting.
Yes, it's dangerous, and at some point we would love to close it, but it hasn't had any terrible things come out of it yet. So there's been no push to have the military take it down.
We know of this lovely temple and we know of this hut with a portal in the back. We know of this temple that requires you have to do this and that and do some things, and magically a portal opens. But this is a third one. Wow, this place is just littered with portals.
Yes. There are portals to the Shadowfell and to the Feywild.
I'm not asking you to tell us more than just like in general, because we were thinking that we were going to somewhere that we had already been.
I don't know. I'm assuming you haven't been there, but I don't know what you've adventured.
No, we were just checking to see if we were going to go back to one of the places we'd already been to, because that would make things a lot simpler. Okay.
So you made any headway with the pup?
Is there?
He's just licking my face. I'm just going, while I'm talking, I'm trying to act like I'm not distracted like this, or I am distracted or something.
So Loyal is working away, and he stops what he's doing, and he wipes his hands, and he has behind the counter, the main counter, there's a area that you guys are in, large enough to hold Fjorn as well as the rest of you, and Dapper Dan and the puppy, and then there's a bit of a counter. And then behind that, you can see that he has something cooking, and that's where the smoke coming out his chimney top is from. And he has some shelving for different potions and things. He has some apparatus that Fjorn somewhat recognizes as similar to what he remembers Whimsy having in her Enchanter's Tower some million years ago. I mean, in game it was a week ago, but that's why he can remember it, and you guys not so much. But yeah, it looks like he might be able to do some interesting stuff with that stuff. But he comes over and he says, "Hi, welcome. I see you've met Buckles."
Yeah.
Yeah. I have 2 questions.
Definitely.
Sorry, I totally blanked what I was saying. Oh, one, do you sell healing potions? And two, would you consider taking on an apprentice at some point?
An apprentice? I suppose I could do... Yeah, I think we could work things out. Potions I usually do make to order.
You don't have healing potions like
I might be able to scrounge up one for now.
How much would you sell that for?
You're also looking for an apprentice? I could sell you the ingredients to make one for a discounted price. Saves me the labor.
How much how much ingredients do you have you could sell us to?
Well, I could definitely get... I don't know. You'll have to tell me how much you need. I have plenty of ingredients. I'm not looking to completely sell out my stock, but I'm sure I could get you enough for a few. Especially if you're planning to practice.
How does 10 platinum for Earth sound?
How much?
Yeah, I still have one potion too.
Yeah, I was like, do you guys really want a whole bunch of potions? I mean, I guess you can have them. I'm gonna limit how many you maximum have. I don't want you each having 10 healing potions. It's a bit excessive.
I wanted 99.
Yeah, you gotta fill the inventory, right? I mean, you would fill up your bag of holding eventually with healing potions, which...
That would be awesome. Just have a bag
we should math out how many fit, and then just go to town. Well, a healing potion, he's going to sell you one healing potion, the one that he has on him, for 50 gold.
Okay.
One potion of healing. If you buy the ingredients to make it yourself, it's going to take Rim some time to do it, but he's not doing anything anyways, and it would be half the price. I believe that's the rules for...
Yeah, so it'd be 25 instead of 50.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have special rules for buying stuff.
He also lets you know that if you really wanted, he could... what's the next level up of healing potion?
Greater and then superior. Do you have any other very interesting potions that are special or glorious or that you're especially proud of?
He said he makes them to order. Is there like a catalog you have?
No. People come in and ask me what they want, and I make it for them. They know what they want before usually, but I can see that you could use a hand, and I can...
Do you have anything that you're especially proud of?
I want to make a catalog for this guy. That sounds awesome.
You want to make a catalog for him?
No, I'm just like, I don't know. It just seems like a cool... Like, maybe if Rim stays here in Apprentice, he'll make up a catalog.
Yeah, maybe. Why not? In all honesty... it's something you guys have also not really focused on, but it was an option, is that you can potentially set up a business here in Elverlyn. You can put, not Elverlyn, Elwayne. You can put like a market stall in the market bazaar that you've been to it, I think, twice so far, actually. If you were to do that...
I don't really want to leave Rim behind, but we could totally do that. We could have, like... He could work with this guy, so he's not, like, infringing on business, but he could, like, have a stall also, so people can get, like, basic potions, and they can have more, and they can have a catalog and stuff. That'd be pretty awesome.
So if you're interested in knowing about starting your own business and some of the rules related to it, there's some bunch of costs tied to it, like the cost to open the stall, the cost to have employees and whatnot, but all the money and numbers aside... the interesting thing that you get out of it is that to open the business, you have to buy the business itself, and then you have to set up what's known as I'm calling it, I don't care what you guys think would be called, a trade line, where you basically the good that you're planning to sell at your store, you have to pay an upfront fee so that people will start bringing it into you and like farming whatever it is the thing you were trying to sell. And bringing it to you, and they'll produce a certain amount each week, which you then sell and make money on. But in addition to that, the things you sell are kind of up to you guys. You can tell me what you want to sell. It could be things like this. I would like to buy lots of herbs and things to make potions, and then the costs for that 25 gold I just told you about will get discounted even further because you're using your own supply, your own trade lines. You get an even cheaper deal on it, but maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you're more interested in things like magical paper and inks so that you can cheapen the costs to write down spells or other things of that nature. Maybe you're just really interested in having a constant supply of rations so that you never have to worry about food again, or what have you. What you guys want to sell at the business, if this is something you're interested in, is completely up to you guys. And if you can logically convince me that the things you're selling will discount whatever it is you're trying to buy, maybe weapons or what have you, you can get additional benefits on top of the fact the business will just slowly gain you money over time.
Dude, potions sound like a great idea. I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting raw goods. You're not getting you're building a supply chain here. You could ask for the raw goods and then leave Rim apprenticing and then actually be supplying yourself with an endless supply of healing potions.
That's what I mean. Like, obviously we can have infinite, but like whenever we come into town or something.
Definitely, yeah. You would have some extra ones, or it could come to the point where I just say you each always have so many on you, and then every time you return to town, that stock replenishes.
That'd be dope.
We're gonna
I have
research
an
mass
idea
production. Start.
Yeah. For sure. And then you make money on it. And this isn't too. I know some of you are a little greener with D&D, but this is something that people try to do in Dungeons and Dragons all the time. They're always like, "Well, my cleric is just going to create hundreds of good berries, or druid, I guess, and then sell the good berries and what have you." Technically, you can spend time creating things and selling them. So, if this is something you're interested in, I have some basic rules set up that we can start creating these things, and yeah, you can
have an idea.
Awesome, sweet, extra benefits on the side.
Have an idea. I don't know if I am actually built for it.
Not powerlifting, no.
No, what I was thinking was making fashion wigs and makeup line.
Sure. I mean, if that's something you guys want to do, like the way it works, I'll break it down. The way it works is each you'll have to open a stall, and each stall has a certain number of products that it can handle. So each market stall can handle X number of employees, and X number of employees can handle another number. We can go over the numbers if you're more interested, but I'm not going to go over the specifics because you only have 20 minutes left. But basically, you get a stall, and then you have to hire employees, which have a weekly rate, and each employee can handle a certain number of trade lines. So each stall can you can purchase a whole bunch of things, and not everything has to be stuff you would use. If you're like, well, I just want another supply line, I'll just pick something random for you, and you're supplying coal or supplying lumber to the populace, and then down the road you're like, oh, we want to, like, maybe when you guys are like level 10 plus and you're like, oh, we want to build a boat, and then you're like, well, turns out we were bringing in lumber this whole time, suddenly we can discount that down the road or something. So yeah, so you guys don't even have to pick one thing, you can pick multiple, and depending on how much money you invest into it.
I was thinking that making wigs and makeup and such would mean that there are vain people in the nobles or people who need that kind of thing for whatever.
It could.
Reason,
you could you'll be more well known too in the city. You'll be honor clad, so the fact you're honor clad will mean you'll be able to put that like on your stall. So you'll have generally you'll have you'll be making your sales. But then you hire employees, and they'll stay there and take a cut of everything, and you'll get the remainder. Every time you return to town, if you leave for 3 weeks and come back, there'll just be money waiting for you when you return, which is always awesome. As well as, like you said, if you want potions or something like that, you could build a supply line. If you wanted arrows or javelins, you could probably find a way to convince me that you've made a supply line of all the reasonable things that would make up an arrow or a weapon, and then you would have to pay someone to then be turning them into other kinds of goods. You're getting raw materials in. You're not getting like finished goods.
We make the finished goods. You get raw materials, which would be like hair.
Fabricate spell. Yeah, that's going to be sweet. Like maybe you just want a whole bunch of owlbear feathers all the time, and then obviously if you want stuff that's rarer, you'll be getting smaller supplies. Like the total will be smaller, but the dollar values will all remain the same, so it balances out. Like if you pick something, if you say I want to do diamonds, it's not like you're going to make more money. You're going to get the same you're just going to have less diamonds every time arriving to you than you would if you say you wanted, I don't know, lemon seeds or something, and then you're going to get a ton of them. But then they sell for the same amount, so the money all maths out the same. Yeah, so that aside, you can definitely pay your 50 gold upfront now to buy 1 healing potion of common rarity. You can buy up to 3 more you can have the supplies of, and you can then have Rim produce them for you. Tonight you'll get them.
Okay, how much would that be total?
It does take him a while. It does take him basically.
I think.
How long?
How long does it take him? I was gonna think it was a short time, but maybe it's like a day's downtime per potion. Actually,
it's a day or 8 hours. So I think that.
Yeah, so you can do 1 a day.
What would the total be?
125 gold.
For what?
For 1 full potion and 3 half potions. 3 unfinished materials.
That'd be
Buy the material.
one platinum, and 25 gold, right?
No, 10 platinum and 25 gold. Platinum is 10 gold.
I'll get that wrong. I'll get those bonuses. So.
Okay. That all aside, because I want to get this in before we run out, you guys, just discount yourself the 125 gold or convert some platinum into gold first at the rate of a 10 times multiplier.
So
and
get those extra healing kit.
Yeah.
Extra herbs.
Yes. So you got all the herbs and stuff.
Sorry. I wanted to also buy really quick. He does have herbalism kit, but he has tools, but he doesn't have he has proficiency, but not the actual stuff. Does this guy sell that?
Oh, sure. You actually need the kit?
Yeah, it's like 50 gold for the regular.
The herbalism kit?
No, I have the herbalism, but he has alchemist stuff too, and I wanted to get that.
Oh, you want him to have both of those. Okay, so that would be more for... Yeah, you can definitely take that as well. I think that's going to be more for like making potions and interesting concoctions and stuff, but definitely, 50 gold, he definitely has that. You can take that as well.
I shall purchase that.
So, you asked about a couple of other weird potions. He's going to suggest... a potion, he says, I got this one for you, you might find interesting. A potion of fire breathing. How do you feel about fire?
Love.
Okay, well, I can sell you this potion. I'm not exactly sure the cost on this. I don't know. Do I just go the same, like, it's the same rarity as the healing potions? Is the same cost? It seems too good, though. For you.
Well, I don't know what it does. Let me see. What does it have? It's common, so...
So you drink the potion, and then... You start. It's like you ate the chilies from Smash Bros, and you just start exhaling fire. You can use a bonus action to exhale fire 30 feet from you.
I'd say at least 100.
I was thinking I was going to double the cost of the healing potions. So he'll sell you this for 100 gold, and then So for anybody who doesn't have a good bonus action, like, you can just down this, and now you have fire breathing it lasts for, what, an hour? Oh, but you can only do it 3 times. You get 3 exhales, and then you're out. That's still great. You get 3 sweet and you can down it, like, you're going to a fight, you can down it, and then go into the fight. Like, let's say Fjorn, you give it to Fjorn, then he can rage turn 1, and then turn 2, and then turn 2 onwards, he's swinging plus blowing fire on people. Like, that's pretty badass. So yeah, for 100 gold you can have a potion of fire breathing. He only has 1, but we can always work out potentially having a supply chain for something like this if you really want it down the road, because honestly, as you guys level up, this will become worse and worse, so I'm not really that concerned with it months from now. He's also gonna... I just want to double check what this does. I don't know how interested you would be in this potion. He gets it. It's a bit. It's kind of a blue color. This one is not much of a big seller here, but I notice not all of you are elven. A potion of watchful rest. Magic can't put you to sleep, and you can remain awake during a long rest and still gain its benefits. Okay, so elves could still potentially use it just to get the extra 4 hours. But if you can imagine, everybody's an elf, so they already can't be put to sleep. And so, like, he very rarely finds anybody who wants to buy a potion of watchful rest, but he's selling them.
For a couple of gold.
Yeah,
I like that fire breathing potion. That's on them.
yeah, it even specifically says it has no effect on elves. The potion has no effect on elves. So yeah, he's selling them. He's selling them slightly discounted. Normally it would be 50 gold because they're common, but he's going to offer it to you for only 40 if you want it, because he can't sell them.
I'm gonna buy that fire breathing potion.
Sure, 100 gold. Yeah, definitely. Potion of fire breath, I should say, not fire breathing.
Did you also buy all the potions too?
The healing potions and stuff related? Yeah, he did. I don't know if you guys want to split the costs with Blanford
I
or
don't.
not.
I was gonna just buy it, but he bought us on whatever.
All right. Anything else?
You've basically cleared me out. You can ask for things. Is there something specific you're looking for, and I can put it on order and make it for you?
Do you have any kind of potion that can let someone do more things at once, or do things quicker, or be
Like a haste spell, but a potion.
Yeah.
I'm just looking around, trying to find some cool potions. Potion. Oh, this might be what you want. Yes. Okay. I think what you're asking for is a potion of speed. This is a difficult potion. I haven't made one of these in, oh dear me, it's been a long time. It would not be coming cheap. The ingredients, I'd have to bring them in. It would take you some time to receive it.
I want to remind, or I guess May, I want to remind you, sit away from this guy because kind of him, but Rim is going to be trying to learn this kind of stuff, so, I mean, it's useful right now, I guess, but it sounds like these are difficult potions to brew, and if we have someone like Rim that's able to kind of, like, do this for us, it'll not only be cheaper, but we might be able to get them without even having to,
Well, I don't think, in all honesty, I'm not sure if there are rules for making every potion. Herbalism Kit only makes healing potions, right?
Oh, no, I know. I'm just, like, it's just, that's what she's thinking.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, as for having an apprentice, I
nod and smile, and I continue my petting this lovely little doggo, and
yeah, that's true. I guess I could have you roll a persuasion check if you want, just to see if he's willing to, like, go the distance. I'm going to consider this more for taking on an apprentice, but I'm going to let Blanford do the roll. Actually, it doesn't matter, because you're both exhausted.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to give you advantage because of the doggo thing, so it evens out to a straight roll, and I'm going to take that 26. No, didn't matter anyways. You're just going to roll awesome. Yeah, Blanford doesn't care about exhaustion. He rolls it anyways. Yeah, he's in love with you guys, and that's why that's the only reason he's willing to consider these. I'm looking at a potion of speed. It's considered a very rare magic item, which is a higher rarity than any magic item you've been given so far in the game. So it's going to be both expensive and time-consuming, but drinking the potion would give you haste for 1 minute, not requiring concentration. Keep in mind that when haste runs out for people who aren't the Black Fang, you get lethargic for 1 round, which is a drawback.
I know that, like, I don't, as a character, I don't know this at all. I just think that this is probably it's a basic thing. It's like, it's not difficult. Nothing's that hard. I'm a bard. I know that nothing's hard. Like, that's how I assume everything is.
He actually looks at you guys, though. He says, if you're looking for something that powerful, and he sees May and he sees Blanford, and how you guys aren't looking too well, he says, I could maybe make you a potion of vitality, if you're interested. Drinking this potion removes exhaustion, as well as for the next 24 hours, whenever you roll hit dice, you get the maximum amount.
You know what also removes exhaustion?
Sleeping?
Bad.
He just mentions it because you guys look tired, and I had it up, and it is the same rarity as the Potion of Speed, so I thought I would bring it up.
What the heck? Definitely not, then. That's way more. Isn't that very...
Yeah, Potion of Vitality is very... Removing Exhaustion is like a high-level spell.
Oh,
And you get other effects as well. So, oh, sorry. It also cures any disease or poison you're afflicted with. I hadn't mentioned that.
I'm sure it's useful in certain cases, but...
Okay, he was just looking at you because you look tired. I'll keep that in my mind, and maybe if you check back in a few days, I might be able to offer you the Potion of Speed for a reasonable price. We'll worry about that down the road. He knows he can sell it, so he's not worried about the upfront costs. I just want to get you moving along to the Crackle Forge. Before we're done.
Yeah, well, before we go, Oris wants to go and buy some woodcarver's tools.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, definitely. On the way, you can go to the bazaar, and that will be available for you to buy as well. I'm pretty sure all the kits cost the same 50 gold. That's how I'm going to rule it. If I find out later some of them are better than others, I'd be very surprised. We can retroactive it, but 50 gold, you can take it out of your inventory, and you can have the wood carving tools.
Done.
So, I'm going to try to speed along, you guys, so that we can at least hear about what the Crackle Forge is before we cut to the end of the stream. So you guys, it's a couple hours out of town. You do some walking, which is good, because that means when you're done here and you go back, it'll probably be appropriate for you guys to take your long rest. So you travel a bit out of town. You get to see out of town. This is the first time you've left out one of the gates that isn't the gate you came in originally. So you're coming out like a more northward gate. You're seeing parts of the city that you hadn't really experienced before, and you're enjoying the surroundings. And it's a reasonable nice day out still. So you see that there's a lot more clear space. There's a road that goes off into you don't know where, to probably some other city that you don't know anything about yet. And then you make a hard left very quickly from the road, and you travel for a little bit on some just like grassland. It's really easy to walk on. There's sporadic trees every once in a while, but not really anything to surprise you, come out of the nowhere, or bother you in any way. So you very easily make it to where you're going, and you see this massive... Well, how big is it? I'm going to say it's like 150 feet in diameter, so 300 feet across, dome of energy, and you can physically see that there's like, it almost looks like glass, like maybe a purple glass all the way along, and then like from whatever's in the center of it, lightning bolts are shooting against the edges from the inside of this thing, and you can just see them like zapping and constantly striking the edges. And it makes it a little difficult to see very far into the Crackle Forge. That's where the word, the name of it comes from, because it makes like a snapping crackle sound. But it's constant, like it's like it's as you get closer, you find that the noise is making it difficult for you to even hear, or perception checks might be at disadvantage or something. Who knows? Just because of how noisy it is. You guys are just like coffee, drawing pictures. I love it. So, yeah, you arrive at this thing, and you guys get closer to it, and you guys are about maybe like 5 to 10 feet away from that outer barrier, and you're looking into this thing to try to figure out what's going on. And you see that the ground inside of it, the grass inside, is the same. It's not like the grass is burnt or ruined or destroyed or hurt, or very long or protected from anything either. It looks like it's the same ground as you standing from the outside of it.
So it's just, can we walk around the whole thing? How big is it?
300 feet across, or 150 feet in diameter.
Diameter is across, by the way.
Sorry, radius.
Come on, math, man. So I guess we'll walk around.
I'm confused because when we do spells, they say whatever. It doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to walk around it, I guess, see what we can see. I guess I'll cast Detect Magic and I'll walk around it.
Sure, yeah. So as you, the whole thing immediately lights up in your mind. It is, whatever it is magical. In fact, you find that after casting that spell, you almost feel like you want to let it off because it's almost like you can't see through anymore because the whole thing is just lit up as magical. So you're very tempted to. I'm not going to do it for you, but anybody wanting to look through the thing can do a better job of it than you can right now because you just basically see like a purple blob. But as you guys wander around, it's just a perfectly domed sphere. There doesn't appear to be anybody else around. And it doesn't seem to be affecting anything within it. Sorry, go ahead. Go.
If we were to if we dig underneath, if we dig a little bit, does the dome go underneath?
How close do you get to this thing to try that?
Right up next to it. Is it? Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious. I said you guys stop 5 to 10 feet from it if you want to get right up like next to it and start trying to dig. Does anybody have any like tools or using your hands?
I want to touch.
I don't.
I want to touch the dome.
Throw somebody in it.
I'm gonna throw a. I'm going to. Oh.
Okay, so while you guys are kind of deciding what to do, I think Blanford's like on the ground getting ready to potentially start digging. He's pretty close. So far, like he's a few inches away from it, but he doesn't. You don't feel anything being a few inches away from the dome. But then May goes to touch it, and she feels her hand. There's no resistance. You go in. As soon as you like go to put your hand on it, your hand goes through the dome into the dome's interior, and the second you do, your hand lights up with pain, and you pull it back out again, and you shake it off. There's no damage though.
That was painful.
Yeah, it was outrageously painful. It's some of the worst pain you felt, and you've been in combat.
Was the pain? Was it something like I pulled it out so fast? Like pain without the damage.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Maybe it's perception. Is like you said there was no damage, but it was incredible pain. But I pulled my hand out really fast.
Yeah, you reacted to the pain. You put it in, you felt the pain, and you pulled back out because it was so painful. I mean, I guess you could argue you could tell me you're going to keep your hand in even though it's painful if you want, but
I just want to. I don't know if it would even be something I could perceive, but is it something I could tell whether or not I would have taken damage, even though it's super painful? If someone could resist the pain, would you take damage from just being inside of it?
You might have to do some more testing on that.
Yeah, is the pain at just the threshold, or if we clear it completely, is it not painful?
Yeah, you don't know just from what you've done so far.
I'm gonna shake my hand. Well, I'm not. Most painful thing I've ever experienced. Ow. But it's so, I don't know, it's weird. It wasn't like touching something hot, like it was, I don't know.
You're probably akin it to like being shocked or electrocuted. What you would kind of figure from an electrified dome.
It's like taking lightning or something. Like whenever that kind of shocking feeling, like you put your hand in a plug.
Yeah. Shocking grasp.
I'm going to.
I'll shock and grasp everybody real quick so they know what it feels like.
And then they will take damage.
I'm going to. I like to make an Arcana check to see if I have any idea of what this is.
Yeah, sure. You can do a general Arcana at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, me too. I'll do that with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. How about one of you rolls straight roll?
I do it better. I should.
Well, you said that after I'd already hit the click.
You didn't.
It didn't go through, luckily. So.
I'll do.
Yeah, because I don't like that number.
I don't do well anyways. I got a 9, so.
Wow. Wowza.
That was what I got.
Yeah, you guys have not seen anything like this before. It's pretty foreign to you guys.
So.
I'd like to say that I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Lie to you.
Yeah, definitely.
I have an idea. It's a little bit weird, but I just recently found a spell that I can learn. I need to take some time. I can do it tonight probably. I should be able to animate and create a zombie or a skeleton or something like that.
Oh.
Not that I want to go kill somebody, but if there's a finding a humanoid deceased or something, maybe we could try to send them in and see if it actually damages them or not. They just listen to my command. They don't really care about the pain. I don't know if that would be useful or not, but it could be a possibility. I could try casting Dispel Magic, but I seriously doubt it's going to do much. I'm not the strongest.
You assume that they've already had someone cast Dispel Magic.
But again, I mean, it's not like we're going to be doing anything. I don't know.
We both assume that they've already cast Dispel Magic on this to no effect.
Well, yeah. Again, I could still try. I mean, we can see at least if it does something. Just experimentation.
Is the dome perfectly circular, or is it like extra tall, or is it kind of flat, lower?
I'm gonna say it's slightly squat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
If that matters at all.
I was gonna try some acrobatics maneuver with Oris and the brick, magical brick.
Okay.
I want to lay it down on the 5x20, but half of it extending into the dome, I guess, and then I'm gonna walk along the top of the brick so that I'm kind of partway over the dome, and then he's gonna do just like kind of a jump, and he wants to stick his hand through while he's in the air, and then try and land back on the brick, which is kind of super weird to describe. Basically, he wants to put his hand in while he's in the air.
So wait, the 5x20 is the tall one, right?
The long one that extends in. The brick doesn't even matter. He can do it without the brick, but I figured it would give him more. It would put him further in a little bit. I guess if he fell, then he'd be right in it, which would probably be bad. So he'll just go to the edge. Never mind the brick thing.
Okay.
He wants to stick his hand in while he's not grounded.
Oh, he wants to jump up, put his hand in, and then come back down again. Okay.
Before he lands.
Sure. Yeah, you can do acrobatics for me.
Okay.
Just a heads up that I know I'm going a little late on this. Oh, geez.
I gotta take some damage.
You go to do your maneuver, and when you put your hand in and you react to the pain of it, you notice your foot was still on the ground. You thought you had you thought you had gracefully jumped up, put your hand in, landed back down, but it turns out you did like a half skip, and your one foot never left the ground, and and when you put your hand in, you were this time you're purposefully putting your hand in and having it come out, but while it was in there, you felt some of the worst pain that you felt in your hand.
Okay. Should I roll some damage?
Literally none of my
No.
Okay.
Literally none of my spells are useful.
I don't have anything yet that's powerful constructors do, and
Literally none of my spells are useful here.
I'm gonna try casting Dispel Magic. I feel like we should just try it at least.
All right.
So,
third level.
Just third level. Just cast it at like the spot in front of me or something, I guess.
You hit it with the spell magic, and you feel a pressure. I guess you get to roll for it, don't you? If it's a spell and it's higher than.
If you think that.
I mean, I want to just say it doesn't do anything, but.
It's up to you. It's totally up to you. Because technically, it's only for it says how for spells, but I feel like DMs. Well, this isn't a specific spell, but you can try to roll.
It's not a specific spell in the spell book, in any of the spell books, but I mean, it would have been magically created. Sure. I'm gonna have you roll for. It's a disadvantage, isn't it? I'm gonna have you roll for it, and the DC is just gonna be exceptionally high.
Yeah, why not?
Nat 20 time with disadvantage.
Let's do it. Nat 20.
I'm not saying the spell is like level 13 or something, but
11. I think.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
An 18 might have got you there, but an 11, no. You feel that as you cast a spell, you're just not powerful enough as a sorcerer or as a wizard to. Whoever put this here is more powerful than you, and you're not able to stop it that easily.
Fine.
Um,
So, yeah, detect magic didn't really give much information.
it is magical. You know that.
I mean, but otherwise it didn't really.
Can we see the top of it from the ground?
I guess so.
Okay.
It'll be
So
back up.
there's no hole in the very top or something?
As far as you can tell, it's completely domed.
Okay.
No secret entrances to your knowledge.
I was gonna use the brick
I'm gonna
to climb
pick
up,
up-
but
I wonder if I was invisible, if it would sense that.
I'm going to pick up a rock and cast light on it and throw it in.
Okay.
Back out and hits you in the face.
Yeah, go for it. So you throw the rock. You cast light on it. You throw the rock. I'm not going to require any kind of check to hit the broadside of a barn. It falls through the barrier. You see bolts strike it, and it lands, and it's getting hit occasionally. But it doesn't seem to be taking any. Like it doesn't. It's not disintegrating or being shot back out or anything like actually physically harming it.
Does the light go out?
The light from the spell? No, it's still shining.
Can
Okay. The next thing I would like to try is I would like to take another rock and put minor illusion on it to make the rock bigger and throw that in.
Minor illusion to make the rock bigger. No, you're just gonna minor illusion make a big rock and throw it in?
Yes, I'm gonna make it into a gigantic boulder and throw
Well, you don't make it into. You create. Minor illusion makes something, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a rock and pick it up, and around that rock, I'm gonna make a illusion of a.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think your illusion can be tethered to something.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it.
You can create an illusion, but it won't move, and anything that interacts with it will pass right through.
Okay then.
Like in Baldur's Gate 3, you use it to make like a decoy, and then the enemies will like see it and.
Okay then. In the on the border, partway in, partway out, I'd like to put a minor illusion of a table, halfway in and out.
Sorry. What were you saying? You wanted to make a table and have it half in and half out of the portal? Sure. Yeah. Or not portal, but the dome? Yeah, for sure. You do that. Since it's an illusion and not a physical object, you find that it's not taking the direct lightning bolts that the edge of the barrier was. You also found when you put your hand in, although it did get hit with those lightning bolts, you're not entirely sure, I'll eat it very quickly, if that mattered specifically or if that's just part of the effect of the spell of the dome itself. Either way, you put this table in, the table's fine, the illusion's fine, it's not affected either way.
Can I just cast like magic missile at it?
Sure.
At the rock, or at the lit up rock, or at the
dome.
Sure. Just like at the broadside of the dome? Yeah, go for it. You don't really have to roll damage or anything. You can just use your spell slot. Yeah, you fire your bolts of magic missile. They enter and keep flying through, and assuming they go the distance that they can go, which what is that, 120 feet? And then I guess they just go to that end and then fizzle out.
So they just fly through it, basically. They don't actually hit.
No, they don't. They don't interact with the barrier.
So it's. Can you visualize it again? Can you show how?
Sure. It's kind of squat, so it's not like a completely like circle or sphere, if you will. It's a bit like ovoid, and it's a like glassy. Seems like a barrier dome, purple, and then there's like these bolts constantly coming from the epicenter of it, striking the sides, and they're loud cracks every time they do.
the Gungan shield.
Sure, yeah, it looks a little bit like that. Just think of more bolts than that, because it's enough that it's kind of obscuring your vision deeper into the dome.
Can I... Also, I don't think it was the Gungans, I think it was the... But can I cast... You guys think I should... You guys think maybe if I cast invisibility on myself and I walk in, I try to reach in, do you think that may help?
it's worth a try.
Or does somebody else want to do it?
Oris
Cast
will
it on
try
me.
it.
Okay, I'll cast invisibility on Oris. I don't know if I want to...
Hold on, I'm gonna Yeah, do it.
And Oris will try to. I don't know. He can't sneak. How do you sneak in? There's nothing to be sneaking.
You can crouch down and then you're invisible, right?
I'm just curious if the illusion
Yeah.
keep you from being like sensed by it. It might be. You might want to just shove your arm in there, not like jump in. It might be really painful.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Oris will try like sticking his quarterstaff in, and then if that does nothing, then he'll try just putting his hand in again.
Okay.
Once he's invisible.
So once you're invisible and everyone's not really sure what Oris is doing, they can kind of people are paying attention, so they can see your footprints depressing in the grass, so they know where you're standing. You try the quarterstaff, you put it in, and you notice that physical objects tend to attract those little bolts, kind of almost if you can picture like what are those, like Tesla generators when you touch them and the bolts kind of meet up with it a bit. So it looks like it's somewhat paying attention to the fact that there's an object in there, but doesn't hurt you, and there's no damage to your quarterstaff. So then after the quarterstaff, you try putting your arm in again, invisible as you are, and you feel that same jolt of pain that you're used to when you put your hand in from before. Just pain, though.
Can I try the maneuver again where I'm not on the ground?
Sure, yeah. You can roll another acrobatics
Use a
visibly.
quarterstaff this time to try to prop my weight up for a little bit longer, so I can
Sure.
maybe stick a foot in or something.
Yeah, you got it. Let's see that roll. Oof.
Jeez.
Oof. We're not feeling
Glad I-
too acrobatic today,
I'm
but
glad I hit my combat rolls today.
you managed to do it with, you're pretty certain, a good inch of air when you do it. And you put your foot in, you kind of kick at it, and when you come back out, as soon as your foot was in there, you felt it. And then you land back down, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, now I felt it in my hand, in my arm, in my foot. Mind you, once you're out, your pain goes away very quickly.
I have a theory that the idea is that if you have to go in full force with no reservations, that if you test it, you're going to be or ejected, and you have to go in full without any question. You have to go in all the way.
How important do you think it is to figure this out?
Kind of a lot. So I'm just going to jump in full body.
What if I throw you? I could probably throw you pretty hard.
I have an idea. That might be different than just running in.
I'm going to run in full speed.
So you're not
You're
gonna
okay. You're gonna run in full tilt.
Yep.
I'm gonna have you just roll athletics for me to know how fast you're running. I know you're bad at athletics, but it doesn't really. I mean, it's not terribly important.
At disadvantage.
That's true. I just want to know how bad you are at sprinting, because I know you're not athletic.
If I throw you, you won't be touching the ground.
No,
Going right in.
So
I have to roll it here. I have to roll it on here.
yeah, you do.
roll-
As you start running in, your body starts. You hadn't felt the pain yet. You haven't done it yourself. As you start going in, you feel your body just. I'm not sure. 2 10s. I don't know why it was added. So you rolled a 9 then, because it.
That's zero.
I know your athletics is -1, so I mean.
No, it's not. No.
Oh no, it's not. You're a bard. You're half good at it.
You're half good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, +0.
So +0. So you rolled a 10. So you're not terribly quick. You're not Usain Bolt, but you run into it, and as you're going into it, you feel that pain on your body, on your skin, everything. As you start pushing in, you get your whole body. You get about a foot in, and the pain is overwhelming, and you drop to the ground, and you guys are all watching as he is just embroiled, he's laying there, and you start screaming in pain as your whole body is still feeling this intense pain, and you can't get yourself to get up and get out. But you take no damage.
Okay.
And you guys are all just watching him as he just suffers. And maybe now that you've done it, quest complete. Blanford's stuck in perpetual pain forever. You guys can go.
You're inside of it now?
Yeah. And
Okay, going to, how far, sorry?
not very far. You would have to maybe reach your hand in to get his ankle and pull him back out.
Can you use your little poof thing to teleport him?
Throw a rock.
I have to teleport myself first, so
Could fish me out with a what's it called?
is he taking damage?
He's not.
No. Yet.
It's like seizing up and stuff, but he's not like actually.
The pain is just too excruciating. It is overwhelming him mentally. He can't move forward.
It might be psychic damage. I'm gonna grab a rope and just toss it and try to grab.
Yeah, sure.
Lasso.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You kind of miss a little bit, and he kind of like manages to grab onto it with his hand. He's still got some faculties, but he's it's the worst pain he's ever felt. And you guys all get behind even like invisible Oris, and you fish him back out again. And as soon as he's back out of the pain,
I think that I might have been wrong.
yeah. You guys seem to be pondering this one, and I'm okay with this taking a week for you guys to figure out. So I'm gonna finally come to a conclusion here and let you guys kind of think about this. If maybe you guys, if this is something you guys, I'm really excited for you guys to figure this one out.
Next week we are doing the other thing. Right?
That's true. It's two whole weeks because next week will be the Halloween episode. So if you guys want to, we will. If Fallstar, you don't mind making another.
Level a level 1 character?
No, another campaign with all the shared, and then inviting us to it. Because it's 12 characters or whatever is too many to put in our regular one.
Oh, sure. I can do that. I'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to. I guess we'll do the goodbyes to anyone who's watching. Thank you for watching. Next, we have Wednesday and Sunday, and they're both going to be Halloween specials this upcoming week because it's Halloween, and they're all going to be doing a one-shot with different characters. They have different one-shots to do. One of them's based on being in an asylum, and it's sanity-based, and there's additional rules for that stuff. And then the other one, they're going to a murder house, which is going to be meat grindery. They've all been given multiple PCs to control because PC death is going to probably happen, so that you don't die within the first 10 minutes and then just be like, what am I doing?
Murder House and Asylum?
Asylum, yeah. Those are the two. So I'll do my countdown and you can all say your goodbyes. 3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Have a good afternoon.